Hello and welcome to my stream. Tonight we play more of RollerCoaster Tycoon Deluxe. After so long, right? I was even trying to clean my setup in here, like my desktop. It was full of spider webs and powder and dust. I still need to do more cleaning to be honest, because today was more of like a rushed plan to stream. I was actually planning to stream on the weekend, but then I realized two things. I realized that I could be super busy in the weekend, and also that today kind of felt like a good day to stream. I was kind of feeling like playing something at night, and I was kind of free to like I had time to do a little bit of a stream or like play something for longer than usual. So I was like, you know what? Why not today? So I kind of rushed a little and then I got myself ready in here. I don't even know if people could read in time on Discord that I was streaming right now. But yeah, I also was doing some quick testings, which, by the way, I'm not fully sure if everything's working out correctly. I did not test the alerts, but hopefully the alerts will work when they need to work. I also was figuring out the audio settings for OBS because every time OBS updates itself, it kind of brings trouble to me. And this time it was under the audio levels and audio settings. When I was working on the Honor Riot Clips collection, which is one of the new things I gotta share with everybody here on Twitch as well, but when I was working on that and finishing it, that's now on YouTube, by the way, if you want to check it out, I really recommend it. It's a collection of clips of all of our history here since the beginning, since 2017 up to last year to 2025. It gave me a lot of work. It is like 22 hours long. Of course, it is, right? Everything here is super long. But at least after that, now that it's over, I think if I work on a new one for this year, 2026, it will be much shorter because we won't have that volume of clips to work with, right? At least I expect that. But yes, I finally finished that project. It is now on YouTube. It has 5 parts, and it is a very nice way to remember all of the games we have played, some crazy moments and things we have been through, including RCT, which is actually one of my favorite parts of the video, by the way. The clips of RCT are so funny because the parks always had their situations going on, and sometimes we had surprises on the objectives or on the coaster crashes and things. So yeah, the RCT part of that video is probably one of my favorites together with Polybridge. Polybridge was a game that made me suffer, but we did get very lucky to get to the point we got in that game. We did not beat it, we rioted, but we progressed quite well considering our situation, and a lot of that was thanks to a lot of luck. And the lucky moments were brilliant, they were super funny. But I was going to continue saying that when I was finishing the clips collection, I was already struggling with OBS and its audio settings because I dubbed myself in that video, and I was doing that recording of my voice thanks to OBS. But I had to update the audio drivers of my computer. It was like crazy. I took some time to understand what was happening. And then now today that I was testing things out to see if I could still stream with the previous settings, the audio levels were also strange, but I hope they are working. When I was doing some recording offline, it sounded like they were capturing the audio to the video, to the VOD. But yeah, once somebody shows up, I will see if everything's okay. I hope it is. But also, the introduction of my channel, like the Zelda Lo-Fi beginning overlay that you were watching like 5 minutes ago, right? I was not hearing the lo-fi anymore, so I wasn't sure if it was playing. But then I checked on my phone, and then it was playing. So that's what matters. But it's always good to be sure if everything's still working out. If it's not, I hope I can work on fixes as we go again, right? So the first news I had to say or to share was that the clips collection. But the second thing I should say is that we got a new emote thanks to Bookmark, our like official artist of the channel, kind of, right? And her amazing talent. She had a raffle last year for like her special stream that actually happened this weekend as well, like on Friday, this Friday. Happy birthday bookmark. And yeah, she did this one raffle last year, and then I was picked. So she kind of gave me some options of possible things that I could get from that, and then of course I wanted a new emote because her art is amazing. And then there we have it. I chose Rayman, which was kind of fitting because we are getting the Rayman Legends game remade. It's now Rayman Legends Retold. And I also think today we got some news on that game, but I haven't checked that out yet because of Gamescom. And then there were some videos on my feed already talking about Gamescom, but I need to check them next time. Like, I just saw some brief things about Gamescom. But now we have the Rayman emote as well available to us. And Rayman is one of my favorite franchises, even though I haven't beaten the early games. But thanks to Origins and Legends, I really loved their work in there, Ubisoft's work in those games. And I'm hoping that Legends Retold will also be great, even if it is kind of different than the original, right? But yeah, and then the last news that I have to share is also about YouTube. I have been trying to figure what to do with some games that I want to play, but I don't know how to bring them to the channel. Especially, for example, my 3DS games, because I was looking up and then there is no easy way for you to capture the 3DS games for you to like stream them or work with them on your computer or something. It's either emulation that can fail as well, like the emulators are not 100%, it seems, or like you need to bring your 3DS to a person that can install or like can kind of change your 3DS um, like hard drive for you to like install on it a freaking capture card that's very specific and expensive. So it's also risky for you to kind of, you know, mess with your 3DS and then break it somehow, which happened to my old one when I tried to change its analog stick. But yeah, like it's been very complicated for people to bring 3DS games to the internet or like to everyone. And I also saw the idea of recording with your phone, your game. And then I have been tested out, and then I have been uploading 2 games. I started the second game today, which was Tokyo Crash Mobs. It's a wacky game for the 3DS. I think it deserves more attention because it is very funny as well on the way they do their things in there. It's like very creative. There is nothing like that game. But there is also Pushmo. That's kind of like still a hidden gem. But more people would have heard about Pushmo, I think, because Pushmo is even very high ranked in like Metacritic or other places. So it does get some love. I just don't know why Nintendo is not releasing more games of Pushmo, at least not on the Switch. But yeah, I have been trying that out. I have been trying to play some games by my own, games that I don't think they would be very easy for me to play them here. And it's been working alright. But I also have some other ideas that I will discuss with more people later on regarding those games that I'm playing on my own time, right? On my own offline time. So, okay, all of that said, let me see if I can check my OBS. It looks okay. I also need to pay attention because it is almost 8 p.m. in my place. And today I was playing Pokemon Go, and today is the day in Pokemon Go that you have the showcases. And I have my Pokemon and my friend's Pokemon in the showcases. It is ending in 12 minutes. And then in the final minutes, we need to check if everything's okay for us to win the showcase. Because other people would be like changing their Pokemon and then surprising the other players by taking their position, right? For like taking the lead. So I need to be careful because I don't want to lose the showcase, especially because it kind of gives you great items in the game. But also my friends. So yeah, in kind of like 5 minutes or something, I will check my game. But while we do that, or while we will wait for that, let me get RollerCoaster Tycoon. Hopefully it's alright, the audio and everything. Okay, I just opened a random level to see if it was working offline. Let me leave it. New game. I actually don't remember which level we are going to play today, by the way. Let's check it together. We were at the end of Loopy Landscapes, and we only have 4 more levels left. The next one is Terror Town. I mean, oh yeah, I kind of remember this now a little bit. But this is also kind of fitting because October is coming up, right? I need to see if we are going to be able to play some horror-like, suspense-like games, some dark games like the ones we played last year. Terratown, this urban area is all yours to develop as an amusement park. My objective is to have 10 different types of roller coasters operating in my park, each with an excitement value of at least 6. Okay, I remember that as well a little because I decided to pause Roller Coaster Tycoon because it was like in a level with a hard or demanding objective, so I was expecting something like this, like the coaster building levels, but the excitement value is only at 6. That's not too brutal. The other levels that we have played, they were at 7, you know, the landscape sucked. This one isn't too bad, I think. Let's see how is this like. It's funny that they say it's urban, right? Oh yeah, because it is an abandoned city. I forgot about the abandoned city part of this. But okay, that looks great. And it's a large area, yep. I think it'll be good. This is like going to take some time, but isn't too bad. I appreciate them not making everything ultra hard in the end of the game because we probably get here kind of tired already, right? Or like hoping to beat everything to clear the game, as we only have 4 levels left. But okay, let me see what I can do. I'm also checking again the time, right? So I don't miss the showcase. But before anything else, let me check my research. We have trail ride, shop, scenery. I don't need scenery. I'm not focusing on decorations right now. We can save that for another park. Let's just focus on objectives because one of our goals before I took my break was to beat this game this year. Will I be able to do it? Maybe not. But let's see if we can at least try, right? And then see how far we can get. And then if I keep on decorating things too much, at least in every level, that will take more time. Okay, let me see if I have all of the shops. We have drinks, we have food, we have the kiosk, and we have the bathroom. We are good. We don't have water rides, we have some trail rides, coasters. We have good coasters, okay. Gentle rides, we got some. That's fine. And transport rides, I may not even use that. So here's what I'm doing. I will deselect the shops and stalls because we have all of the important services already. Trail rides are good to farm money as well, especially if you get something like go-kart or I don't know, the Woa Belly as well. Gentle rides won't be too useful, but I think I will leave them for now. I will just deselect shops and stalls. Okay, let's start. I hope the stream is good. From what I'm seeing, it looks okay. Let me just check the desktop audio. Yeah, it seems okay. So let's go. We don't have time, right? It's unlimited. It is unlimited. Let me open the park as well. Why is it closed? We can't charge the admission as like some of the expansion pack levels. I think I use this already built plaza, empty plaza to be honest, to have our food plaza or food court. That's a perfect spot for the information kiosk. Let's start with yellow. Let's have the yellow umbrella because I'm also wearing yellow today. So let's go. Little by little, I'll need to remember how to play this game as well because it's been a while, even though it is my favorite PC game, right? But some things I may need to like refresh my mind, especially maybe the names of things, like the coaster models and everything. I also hope my English can get up to date again too, because I haven't spoken in English in forever. But the videos on YouTube have been helping me too to like, I don't know, to warm up, right? With this, we also have lemonade stall. Maybe we should. Mm, I don't know if I should split. Let's make it a little bit different. Let's have two stores in one side and two stores on the other side. Let's go with popcorn. There we go. Then let me add some litter bins and benches. What time is it? Okay, now I need to check Pokemon Go very quickly. I hope you can win. And then the snipers don't get to me and to my friends' Pokemon. Where am I placing the litter bins? Maybe in the corners? It could be in the corners. There as well. There, there, and there. Okay. Let me just add one ride so we can get some money already. Let's have the scrambled eggs, why not? Okay, wait, I need to add the queue, right? The queue floor. This one. There we go. And then open it. Nice. Let's start with $2. Then let me have a handyman, just one. Then a mechanic in case we need it. A security guard. And one entertainer. Nice. Okay, let me check Pokemon Go very quickly. And then I will focus more on the game. I only have 3 minutes to do this. Well, it seems like nothing has changed from the showcases rankings, right? But sometimes people like me, they save it for the last minute. Yeah, but so far it's looking okay. Oh, it's raining in the game? Alright, let me maybe raise a little. Oh wait, is this closed? No, open this. Is everything closed? Okay, it was just the information kiosk that I forgot to open. Alright. Yes, we need to farm money with umbrellas. Let me keep on checking here. Isn't it wild that I'm still playing this game, by the way? When I was working on the Clips collection, and then we had the whole evolution of the channel together with this game, we are both like connected into that, as I still haven't been able to beat this one. It's crazy to see like how things have changed with time. But at the same time that I of course wanna fulfill my childhood dream of getting to the Mega Park after beating all of the objectives of this game, at the same time it kind of feels sad that it's getting to the end, you know? But the other two sequels of this game are also amazing, especially the third game in my opinion, because the second game is very hard. I don't even know if I'll be able to complete it. I hope I can. But the third game, I also have some childhood memories with it, so I'm expecting to be fun as well. Okay, last checking here, did something change on my showcase? It seems not. Is it really like this? Interesting, okay. So I guess my previous changes will work. Yeah. So me and my friends, we will win some showcases today. I won't stream for too long, by the way. Not only because I need to be careful about like my health, but also because I'll need to do some Pokemon trades before the day ends. So possibly I'll be streaming for maybe 2 hours, 2 hours and a half more, something around those lines. Okay, the showcases are over. I hope that we won. It seems like we did, but I'll check that only later. Yeah, let's go back to RCT. Okay, we have the scrambled eggs. We got some money and some guests. Nice. We got the go-karts. I think we should go for it. Yep. It would be very nice to have like a track that goes around the ghost town, you know? By the way, can people get lost in here? Maybe they can. As there are many options of paths for them to take, right? I will see if I can do what I just said, like the go-karts, like going around the town. Also, hi Nubba, what's up, man? Great to see you again. How's it going? Is everything working, by the way? Every time I'm back, I'm like struggling with the settings and stuff. Is the audio okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear the game? Because OBS's audios have been crazy before I started the stream. I'm doing alright too, man. I'm doing alright. I was preparing myself to return to streaming and play more games, but I have been busier in general. There was still other things that I was planning to do before actually streaming, but then today it felt like I could stream, you know, instead of like waiting for another day to start. So I was like, you know what? Okay, let me organize my room very quickly, and then let's see what happens. Let me see if everything's working, and let's just play. Because I was planning to start streaming on the weekend, but I don't even know how it's going to be my weekend. So you know, it's pointless. If I could stream today, which is what I thought of earlier, let's go it. Let's go and let's do it. But yeah, man, what have been playing? How's everything? I was playing some 3DS games. I'm even trying this new thing out of making videos of those games and upload them to YouTube. I wonder if you have ever heard of those games. But they are like some hidden gems of the 3DS. Pushmo? Maybe you have heard of Pushmo. I think Pushmo is a trophy in Smash Brothers, isn't he? Mallow, the protagonist. And I also started playing another crazy game called Tokyo Crash Mobs. And they both are puzzle games, by the way. And yeah, I have been trying to find ways of like playing all of these games I have in my backlog, but I was still kind of struggling to find a moment to come back to streaming. And then hopefully everything's working. Hopefully we can keep on going from now with the games we stopped playing in here. Let me see. I was planning to do this right now, which is a go-kart track around the city. This sounds to be like a simple level. Of course, it's going to give me some work with like building the coasters, but it isn't too bad in comparison to some other levels we have played before. Because in here we have to build 10 coasters, but the excitement rating of those coasters are only minimum of like 6. It's not 7, how some other levels were before. Let me see, they gave me the monorail, I don't need that. But in general, man, speaking about myself now, this year has been kinda crazy, to be honest. Not in a bad way, but... Hi, Piero, what's up? How's it going? 6-7? Oh man, I have been seeing that 6-7 thing everywhere, but... I don't even know if I wanna know what's that. It sounds like it's... It's some, I don't know, weird new people meme, you know? I'm not sure what's that about. I also heard some people saying it means like hi or something. But why? Who knows? But what's up, Piero? How's it going? Is everything working? If you all are not saying anything, I'm guessing it's working then, because I was struggling in my testings. Nubble has been playing some modded Terraria with a buddy. That sounds awesome. And you know what, Nubble? And I say this to everyone that watches this actually. Terraria with like a friend sounds as great as my favorite game of this year. That I haven't played with anyone, I just watched playthroughs of it on YouTube, but it was enough to like make myself crazy for that game. Have you all seen Big Walk? Nubble, I think would love to play Big Walk with your friend for sure. Like that game is amazing and it has a very powerful message. Maybe that's why I loved it so much. I can't say much without spoiling the game, but some people say it's like a friend's lop, but it's not a friend's lop. It looks like one, but it's definitely not that idea. It is a meaningful game. Like I really was amazed by the developers working there. Like it really changed like deep things in me, you know. I can't stop listening to the soundtrack as well. Like the one of the last songs of the game became most likely my favorite song of the year. It's like one of those games that if you have the chance to play with a friend, please do it because it's really something else. It's not an empty game in any ways. Like if you really feel and get the messages of that game, it can really impact your life. I even read some people reviewing that game and saying that they remembered how to love video games thanks to that game, and they also haven't felt like truthfully, I hope that's the word, truthfully entertained in forever, but Big Walk helped them to feel like that. So highly recommended. I actually watched 3 playthroughs of that game already. I finished one playthrough and then I already want to watch another group of people reacting and playing that game of how big that thing is. Like I can't say much, right? But definitely check it out. Regarding Terraria, I haven't played Terraria myself, but I have the feeling I have it on Steam. I believe it was given away before, if I'm not mistaken. Did you hear about a game called Object Impermanence? I have never heard of that. How is that like? It looks like an interesting puzzle game. Okay, love me puzzle games. It's slated for the quarter. How can I say that? The fourth quarter of this year. I hope I'm saying that right. But I get what you mean. Basically, like the end of the year. The best way I can describe it from the trailer is Schrodinger's Cat the game. Interesting. Object Impermanence. I mean, that title makes sense then. There is another Schrodinger's Cat game that's co-op that it's under my radar, but I don't know if I can remember the title of it right now. I will write that down. Give me a second. When I'm playing RCT, I need to do Ctrl Alt Del to like go to my desktop, right? Yeah. So I'm going to write a note in here. Object Impermanence. There we go. Piero, I also think would like Big Walk, in case you are not aware of that game. Everyone should play that, to be honest. Like, that game is really something else. I was kinda hoping that GTA 6 could not be released this year, so Big Walk could win the game of the year because it is going to be my game of the year. I don't even care about Persona 6. I don't care about the new Professor Layton they promised us this year that hasn't showed up anymore. I don't care. Like, Big Walk is my game of the year because it got to. Oh, wait, give me a second. I kind of hit the table here next to me, and some cards, my TCG cards, fell apart. Yeah, I forgot about that because I was like preparing the room for the stream, but then I'm not used to the new places of things in here, right? So there is a table behind me with my Pokemon cards. I need to be careful about that. But yeah, like I was really impressed by Big Walk because it got to the deepest of me, you know, like to the things I believe in my core, basically. But I can't say what because otherwise I would be spoiling the game, but it's a game about communication and it really plays smartly with that idea. And it's beautiful. It's simply beautiful. What is the game's idea, right? Go check it out. Go check it out. That's all I can say. But I think Nubba will like that game too. Yeah. Pierre is saying that It's just numbers. When people hear they say it, yeah, like what the heck is this 6 7 thing on TikTok or whatever? I don't know what's the point of it. It doesn't mean anything, right? It's just like a meme slash high thing. It's the brain rot joke behind it. I just wonder why. Like, why did it became viral or something? The point is that it has no point, basically. I mean, isn't having no point a point? Isn't that the paradox? Nubble has been seeing some buddies of his playing Big Walk. Seriously, man, you were not interested? Oh no, but I think I can understand as well, right? Maybe the gameplay isn't your thing, but I can tell you that the message of the game is very powerful. It is very, very beautiful. Piero did not play Big Walk yet, but there are plans to play it. Do it, Piero. Yes, you won't regret. Piero is also planning on getting a Netflix subscription for 1 or 2 months soon to finally watch Blue Period. Yes, like my list of favorite things are like adding up more and more with new things I experiment, right? And then I think Blue Period and Big Walk, they have like some things in common together with Persona, by the way, especially Persona 3. So maybe that's why I loved Big Walk so much, because the messages or like the ideas they try to bring to the person that experienced them, they have things in common that really resonate with my own ideas and the things that really get to me, like to my core. And I don't know, I think Big Walk did it brilliantly. Like I was not expecting that game to do what they did in the way they did, of course, but especially to deliver. Because sometimes some games they become ambitious and they don't deliver it, you know. Big Walk doesn't fail to deliver. Like it really, I don't know, it slaps on your face the message, and then you're like, holy shit, this was something else. So I really love that game. Nubbo is looking alright, man. I'll talk to you later then. So Gen Alpha really likes absurdist comedy. I think most of their memes are like this. Yeah, I don't understand, seriously. I think it's better to not understand, right, Pierre? It's all we can do, it's the best we can do. Just stuff that makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, maybe that's actually something that counterparts what I was saying regarding Big Walk. That some people would say that, oh, Big Walk is like a friends lop, and then there are some friends lops that make no sense, and then people have fun because they make no sense, right? But that's not with Big Walk. Big Walk has a message, it has an importance, and it really works. Like I was very surprised how it worked. I was not ready for the way that game goes. Like I can't wait, Piero, for you to try it. Like you will understand what I mean by that, especially after you watch Blue Period, because you see those things, those pieces of art. It can be either anime or like game or music or movies. You know that there are some of those pieces of art that have, you know, like a specific reason to be there. Big Walk has a specific reason to be there, and it tells the message. Yeah. But sadly, I cannot say much because otherwise I would be ruining the experiences in here. I actually can appreciate a little. It is funny sometimes. Yeah, for the silliness, right? For the silliness and randomness of it. I can see that, yeah. But how's the going, Piero? Have you been alright? It's been forever, right? I even saw that you changed your username. Did something happen? Or actually, did something happen? By the way, Piero, did you know which game I got? I kind of posted that on Discord the other day because it got to some crazy prices, and then I was like, maybe right now it could be a moment for me to get this, huh? And I ended up getting it. When am I playing that? I have no idea. My friend is playing it though. Yeah, there is a friend of mine that has been trying it out, and sometimes I ask him like, "Oh, what have you been thinking about it?" But the thing is that he's very busy, so he couldn't play it too much. But I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts, right? I got the freaking Kingdom Hearts collection. And I was surprised that they gave it another sale before Kingdom Hearts 4. I was not expecting that to happen. Is this good actually? Wait a minute, because I will be locking myself, right? I'll be locking the paths. You know what? I think I'm being too ambitious in here. Like, this is going to finish my money. And then I won't be able to start building the coasters because I kind of wanted to do a somewhat cool looking go-karts, but it doesn't need to be big, right? It should be shorter so I could farm more money. You have been doing good. There we go. You have been doing a lot of art. I have been kind of busy as well. But thankfully, the channel things, as you could see, I little by little could start delivering them, right? The freaking clips collection that took me so much work and so much of my time. It's finally done. Then I started that project of like playing some games by my own and then also bringing some games that hardly I could be able to like bring to the channel via streaming. So I'm kind of also doing some shorter videos on YouTube on those games. I'm actually picking some very crazy games. I hope you all are checking them out. Today, for example, I started Tokyo Crash Mobs. That's such a there is nothing like that. Like that it's it. It's it. That's the best way to put it. But it's so creative and good actually and challenging too. That game is freaking hard. Do you see in the future once I get to other levels, right? But I have been very busy with those projects, but thankfully I got to those ideas too because I was kind of missing alternatives to like just streaming, but also like I could never think on something to do about some other games that I never have the time to play them or I never have a way to play them. It is the same thing that I hear some people that create content say as well sometimes on YouTube that when they're not streaming per se, they normally don't play anything because everything they have to play, they want to record it or they want to play it or bring it to the streaming service. So I was, kind of stuck in that too. Like I was not streaming for some time due to my health, but also because getting busier in life. And then I was not playing anything. And my backlog of games to play was only adding up and everything. And I was like, I need to find a way to play something. And then I'm now reorganizing myself to come back to the channel here. For example, today I was studying about that I was not planning to stream already today. I was planning to the weekend. But then how am I going to know if I will have free time on the weekend? Because my parents are coming on Saturday. On Sunday, I will see if my friend can come over to help me to install the monitor that I bought. But then I don't know. Like everything has been so fuzzy. So I kind of try to finish the previous projects, especially the clips collection. That was a lot of work. To start finding more time and using the time at the present time to do something. So while I was working with the other things too, I have been making those videos to YouTube, and now I was able to like check everything here on OBS to stream again. So hopefully I can kind of get back to this schedule, right? And then find some organization in my crazy, messy life right now. But I'm happy to hear you have been doing a lot of art. I know that sometimes you post some of your games project right into our artsy section on Discord, and it always looks great. I even compare it to some other things I have seen before, right? Some other games, some other animes. I think there was one that you sent there that reminded me of Blue Period as well. I'm not sure, but it looks a lot like some Paper Mario that does your door too, and I have turned down the needed time to finish it considerably. Yeah, sometimes we kind of miss. Oh, that's a person that I was not expecting to see here. Hey, Pilot, what's up, man? Thank you for the bids. Damn, speaking of being forever, great to see you, man. How's it going? Yeah, I know that you were back to Twitch at least a little bit, but I'm very surprised to see you here right now. There we go. How's it going, man? I hope you have been doing great. But it's been hard for us to focus into the hobbies we have, and then not only hobbies, right? Also work. Like Piero does Piero's art, but it's also work. So it's been hard to like set our minds, especially our creative minds, to those things. But we can do it, Pierre. We just need to find solutions. And sometimes that's also something that I saw in a YouTube video recently. Sometimes we kind of tell ourselves some excuses even to like, I need to have a whole afternoon, or like I need to have a whole night. I need to have a bunch of hours available for me to start a project, or for me to start playing a game, or for me to start doing my art. We actually don't. And then that video was about the Nintendo Switch 2, by the way, because this one gamer was saying that the Nintendo Switch 2 saved his adult life into gaming because he could simply get the Switch 2 and start playing something without losing a lot of time of like turning on the TV or like getting his room ready. No, he could just, get the Switch 2, start playing something, and stop it whenever uh, they wanted to stop, because of how useful and also how resourceful that Switch 2 was. You don't need to like wait for a save point in the game to stop playing that game. No, the Switch 2 is sleep mode, that's it. So he was able to find gaps into his busy life to go back to some gaming. And that was like a good way for him to progress in some of his games, but also a good way for him to motivate himself to find more time to go back to gaming. Because sometimes all you need is that push. And yeah, we need to organize ourselves somehow with the time we have to do the things we like. And then Piero have been happy with the progress. Let's go. And no worries with the two in your name. You made an alternate account so that I follow no game development on this channel. I found myself burning out because you were using your brain too much, thinking about the problems of programming streamers. Wait, you were following other programmers, and then they were kind of uh, making streams that were kind of, I don't know, overloading you. Is that what's going on? I know there was a section on Twitch about like programming, but I never checked it out myself, so I'm not sure how exactly it goes, like how deep it goes, right? I know there is an art section too, because it's called Pluni used it to play his piano streams in that art section. There is a cooking section as well, there is IRL as well, but the programming one is one that I normally don't hear people talking about. But I understand, yeah, maybe it's better for you to separate the hobbies you have, right? Maybe when you are in the mindset of learning more about programming, or like checking somebody programming or something, you go to one account, and then when you just want to chill out and then watch some games, you go to this account, right? It is something for me to work on. I try to help people even if they don't ask. Oh, I see. That's the thing, Piero. I relate to that a little as well. Uh, but I think in your case, you kind of do it maybe more than me, because it feels like you kind of uh, do it to like anybody you see, right? That's what it's sounding to me. I'm a little bit more selective. I may really want to help some people, but I don't know, maybe people that I relate more with, or like people that I know, or some friends, But that's the thing. Sometimes we need to learn that some people don't want your help. And then that's how I kind of uh, sometimes get disappointed, or like sometimes I have to learn a lesson, right? Yeah, I have been, that's one of the things I have been trying to improve on myself too. Like I always want to help, especially my friends, but sometimes some people, they are not asking for our help too, and then we end up kind of being a problem to them instead of like a helper. And you know why that happens to me? And then I wonder if it happens to you as well. It's because my mind works in a solution based programming. Like, I'm always thinking on solutions. I actually hate when I see some people focusing on their problems I always try to think on solutions, and sometimes people don't want solutions from others. That's also that. So I relate to what you're saying a little bit in a different way, right? I'm getting it to a more personal way, but yeah, maybe you should think on that too. Like maybe you shouldn't help everyone like crazy because sometimes they actually don't want that help that much. And if I don't say anything to them, I'm still thinking about their code problems. Oh no, I see. Yeah. But then it becomes your problem and then you want to solve it yourself. I understand you. I have this solution mindset too. So this is your relaxing account now. There we go. Yes. Oh yeah, I had to finally put down your 15-year-old Great Pyrenees at the beginning of this month. His tail finally broke and he was refusing to eat. I'm sorry, Nubble. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I know you really love dogs, right? So I'm sorry to hear that. To be honest, as well, this year has been a year of kind of losses in my family. I also remember that in the beginning of the year, it was a year of losses in Piero's family too, and also in my friend's family. So like, it's been a hard year to, digest some things. I actually think it's because we are all getting older, and yeah, I actually had some recent losses in my family, and even though I was not too close to my family that much anymore, my parents were devastated, right? So I have been trying to help them out in the way I can. But it's things like that that make us also reflect on life a lot. And it is crazy that it's happening this year to me because I have this personal theory that the years that my age is like ending with 7, not 6, 7 though, but ending with 7 are years of challenge. Like when I was 27, now I'm 37. I don't remember that much of 17, but I remember that I failed to go into college, so I had to kind of take the studying back and then uh, take the exams to enter or to join a college again in 20. Wait, in 2008. Yeah, it was 2008 that I had to take the exams again. So anyway, like years that end with 7, according to my age, are always challenging, and like this year I have been dealing with that topic too a little. Yeah, Pilot is not working 60 hours weeks after a couple insane years. What happened, Pilot? You changed your life? Are you finally retired? I remember you used to say things like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to move to Portugal or something, and then I'm going to retire there," or something like that. Or probably you just changed jobs, right? Like maybe you are just doing another job, but definitely don't overwork, right? Yeah. So Piero were watching other people do code and art often give wait, and art often gets Piero thinking too much when Piero is supposed to do some relaxation. Yeah. Also art, you also try to like support them on art, right? It is the solution mind, I think. It is the and not only that, I remember you also told me before that you used to teach. Are you still teaching, by the way? You also had some plans on teaching, right? And then maybe that's also a little bit of uh, that talent you have of like want to teach people, and then you kind of want to become the teacher to help them out to solve their problems. Yeah, that's also something that you have. Huh? If only it is still 7.5 years until you can retire. You just change jobs within the organization. That sounds good. Yeah. Hello, runner. Welcome to the channel. I'm here just chatting because it's been forever since I last streamed, but I'm guessing you're here thanks to RollerCoaster Tycoon. I'll be playing this game a little bit more very soon. I'm just updating everything here because I'm back. But nice to see you. But in the happier news, you got a new cat. So I have been using that as your new snuggle buddy. There we go, Nubble. Do you have a name for the cat already? And this is not your first cat, is it? Because I really picture you as a dog person. Love me some roller coasters. There we go. Because in this level, we'll need to build some This is the deluxe version of the game. It's not like the open RCT2 game, right? So we are more limited. But have you ever beaten this game? I'm trying to beat it. We are actually very close. We are only missing 4 more levels in the Loopy Landscapes expansion pack. Right now, as I'm saying, I'm back to streaming and also back to this game, so I'm still kind of finding myself again. But hopefully, after some more time and after some more streams, I can be fully creative again and try to work on some crazy coasters. We got to August already, and I only had a single ride in here. Let me try finishing these go-karts. I don't know why I decided to do this, because it's going to be very expensive and not too helpful for my objective in here. But I really wanted to see what happened if I had a go-karts track that goes around this ghost town. This is, by the way, Terror Town. That's our level. And I think this level is something Piero would like, because Piero loves freaking horror games and, you know, creepy things. Don't worry, Piero, I'm hoping that in October we can play some suspense and horror games again, at least Creepy Tale 2. But then I need to see uh, which games will be working by them, right? Lila. Okay, so Nubble's new cat is called Lila. Lila, I think it's also the name of Mitril's daughter. Yeah, we have a community member here, Mithril, and I think when she had a daughter, she named her Lila, right? Not Lila. Isn't it funny that even though Lila is like how I think that name would be more common in the US or like in other countries, Nubble now and also Mithril chose to name um, their new family members as Lila instead? Like, is there a trend? Is there a reason? What was the reason, Nubble, for you to name your cat Lila and not Lila? That's kind of funny to me. That's the second time it happened here on the channel. It takes practice to get back into capitalism. Oh, Pilot. Pilot, have you watched by any chance the clips collection that I worked on? It is now on YouTube. There are so many clips of me like saying, "Oh yeah, where is Pilot for me to show this to him?" You know, it's so funny. It's like some clips of, I don't know. I think I was getting some best staff awards or something in my park, and then I was like, "Where is Pilot that's always saying that my staff sucks and then I'm a bad boss, and then I make everyone to overwork or something." Man, the clips collection was great for those memories at least, even though it was a lot of work for me to finish that. Runner is not usually awake at this time. It's like 30 minutes after midnight in the UK, so it's nice to see someone playing one of your faves. Have you ever tried the third game too, the RCT3? And believe me, we have been playing this for 8 years. I have been trying to beat this game for more than 8 years if I consider my childhood. But this is my favorite PC game for sure. It will never get old to me. These charming graphics and everything, the sound effects and all, I freaking love this game to death. I actually want to get the classic version on the Switch, by the way. I'm only waiting for better prices, because I still think it is too expensive, but I think at some point it will get cheaper. I don't need another station here. What am I doing? I'm on auto mode right now. Oh man, I will struggle because our money will totally be bad after these go-karts. I have not much of a fan of RCT3, really. Do you know why? Because my biggest problem with RCT3 is the AI. Like, the guests are dumb. But with some patience, I can take it. Yeah, sometimes it's stressful because you build a ride, they don't go to the ride, they get lost even if they are next to the ride. I remember struggling with that a lot. But the graphics, I like the graphics. I especially like the lighting of that game, like when it's nighttime, when it's daylight as well. But the AI is the worst. Like, the guests are very, very dumb. You need to be very patient with them. They are also slow. Like, you have a limited time to complete your objective, but the guests, they take forever to use your rides. and then time is passing by, and then year three is coming. It is stressful on that matter, but I do like the graphics. I hope you don't mind me saying, but your accent is beautiful. Of course not. I actually, I actually really appreciate that because normally I would think people would be kind of bothered with that. But thank you so much. It's funny as well that I sometimes think it's crazy how some people think that Portuguese, which is my first language, especially the Brazilian Portuguese, how Portuguese sound like the cutest uh, language on earth. I watched the whole video discussing that topic, but I hope that my accent is okay too, thanks to, I don't know, my Portuguese being somewhat cute to other people, to like foreigners that listen to Portuguese. And I actually appreciate that, especially because I'm back to streaming, so it's been forever since I last spoke in English. So I'm still like trying to get the hang of this again. But thank you so much for watching me at this late time. I will have to check it out. I hope you do, Pilot. Yes, you haven't been on YouTube for a while. I understand that too. You explained that to me too. Her original name was Lilo, from Lilo and Stitch. Okay, but I just like the way it sounds when ending in an A instead. So that's why the spelling to pronunciation is weird looking. No, I actually think it's fine. Yeah, but then it was from Lilo and Stitch, which is by the way a movie I have never watched. I wonder like if it's really like very good because I think they worked on other sequels to it, right? If not like a more recent one too. I have the feeling there was a new movie too. I'm not sure, but I never watched Lilo and Stitch. Bothered by it, them f them. I actually got to that point too. My accent used to be much crazier when I started streaming. The clips collection that I was telling about right now to Pilot to watch shows that because it gets clips from like when I started streaming. But it's something that I will never get rid of, right? And then nobody will ever get rid of their accents, no matter which language they are talking about or like which languages they are speaking. But it is something that I can at least try to work a little to try to communicate better. But it's something you need to accept. Like that's how you talk, that's how you communicate, and then that's who you are as well. And there will be people that like it, there will be people that don't like it. But it does make me happy when people say that it's, I don't know, pleasant to them somehow. The Lilo and Stitch show was interesting. There was a show? I don't think I knew that. Remember it was on cartoon show before a movie? I don't. I have the feeling I have only heard about the movie. Oh my god, so it's bigger than what I thought. In here, Runner, we are very chatty, as you could already notice, right? And then we talk about all sorts of things. And then sometimes there is gameplay, believe me, sometimes there is gameplay. Today will be hard for me to have gameplay because like I was telling you, it's my comeback, so I'm not used to anything anymore. And then I had some news to share, like the clips collection and the YouTube videos that I'm working on right now too, with some other games. There are other things I need to discuss in here too, but I think I will wait for later. Maybe after we work a little bit more on this part so we can leave it like making money to us and then we can chat more. Okay, I will finally finish this then. There we go. Was it worth? Totally not. For my objective of this level, doing this huge sized go-kart is not the plan. But for some reason, my creativity wanted to act up, and then here we are. I spent a lot of money into a single track, but you know what? Pilot, forgive me, but I'm going to overcharge this, right? The guests here have money, like. First of all, the admission price is free, so they were not hit already in the entrance. We can would they go there? You know what? I wanna see. Would they pay $12 for this? They do? They do! Wait, they actually do? I never tried this. That's very fair because it is a very long ride. It's not like a short, simple go-kart that we normally do in here. And you go around the city, you know, it's like a city tour. So it is also fair that it's more expensive. You know what? There is something I need to change though. Only a single lap. Otherwise, it will take forever for them to actually leave the go-karts and then I will be very poor. But it is a very long ride. It goes around all of the scenery. It's good. It's good that it's more expensive. Although I think I kind of should have had the station platform like longer to get more carts in, but that's fine. 90% yapping, yes, that's our channel in here. I used to say that this is a just chatting stream in disguise, pretty much. 10% building toilets for peeps, yes. Which, by the way, they were also purchasing the umbrellas, right? Okay, yeah. Because the umbrellas are a little bit pricey here too. The live action movie I hear didn't do it justice, so there was a live action. Or at least didn't do one character the justice he deserved because of the kind of character he was in the show. Interesting. Now that also remind me of Moana, because Moana got a live action too, wasn't it? I never watched any of those two, by the way. Cheap drinks, expensive toilets, long live capitalism. Oh no. I missed that pilot right there, yeah. That's the OG pilot we had in here. Financially cripple them with umbrellas, yes. I could go more. I was surprised that the go-karts worked. This is insane to me. This is like... I, I mean, they... It is not insane as long as people are buying it, right? It's what I'm doing as well with my Pokemon TCG cards, that I still have a whole pack to add to my store. I have been raising the prices of my Pokemon cards. Not only because of the stress of going to the postal service or like to the post office, but also because sometimes I realize that there are only a few cards like available for people to purchase. So I was like, why is the other seller not using this time to raise the prices of our cards, you know? So I have been adding more prices in there. Yes, I have been raising those prices. If there is like me and two more people with a certain card, why can't we decide the price of those cards? Like, let's freaking go, you know? If it is not easy for the customers or like the collectors to find those cards, we can charge them more. So I have been trying those strats in real life too with my Pokemon TCG cards. Even if, I don't know, the recommended price is very cheap, I'm like, but there is only me and another person here selling this card, come on, we can, you know, make new prices for this now. But of course, when there are like tons of people selling the same card, I can't do that, right? Rip me. Are you disappointed, Pilot, that I can't raise the prices of like all of my cards as the capitalist that I am? But I will do it, man. Little by little, I will keep on selling them and even get to the ones that are still cheaper. That one track is like 3 or 4 laps worth in Mario Kart. True, right? So I think it's fair for this one go-karts to be a little bit more expensive than normal. I'm just shocked it worked. Maybe soon enough it will, like people will start complaining that, oh yeah, you can't, I don't want to pay that much to go on go-karts anymore. They start thinking like that here in their thoughts. But for now, it's happiness. We need to recover our money after that. Yes, gotta make that money back somehow. Indeed, Nubble. Also, you forgot to make an exit path for... Oh my god, I did! I totally did! Good call, man. You see, we are already fading in here, as always. Man, I need to get used to this. It's been so long. But I'm happy. I'm happy that I decided to stream today. I'm happy things are working. And yeah, this could be a clip again, right? For the freaking next clips collection. There is a clip just like this that I think it's one of the best ones. That I was like, what is going on? Is this game glitching? And then it was the angle of the, how is this called? The, I forgot now. Like games that have this perspective, just like Super Mario RPG. They have a word. It is, no, I can't remember the word. Isometric. Yes, the isometric view. I was like with the camera in another angle, and then I couldn't see there was a slope. Like guests couldn't get to the rest of the park because there was a slope in the path. So I was like, what is going on? The paths are connected. Everything is connected. No, it's not. I couldn't see the slope because of the isometric view. So it's a little bit like this. The tree covered the exit. You see this tree? Yes, I couldn't see anything. The buildings as well. Everything in here is like blocking my view. Oh my god. You know something else that I forgot to do? I forgot to add litter bins around the rest of the park because otherwise they'll be trashing everything around. We can't let that happen. We got a rotor drop. We can do that, yes. That's another very good thrill ride. But then the buildings really are an obstacle in here. I won't delete them because I kind of like this level design. But they are blocking some of my view. Okay, let's do the rotor drop and then we can start thinking about a coaster. Even though I don't have money. Maybe I can build a simple coaster just to farm money. Like a shuttle loop or something. This could be, I think this is a good place, like in the middle of the buildings. There we go. Oh, that's not a roof anymore. Let me fix that. It's this one, right? Yeah, there we go. You see the isometric view getting to me again? But yeah, we are back to RCT. Will we finish this game this year? Do you believe in that? As the game was released in 1999, based on the based in the USA's inflation, that 12 bucks would be 24 bucks in 2026 dollars. Oh my god, seriously? It doubled? Honestly, if only doubled, that's not too bad. In comparison to Brazilians' inflation, that's not too bad actually. Yeah. Yes, yes, trap all the gas in a single small building. Make them suffer. And then do what, Nubble? And then, like, just do something like The Sims, that you kind of put everyone inside of a pool and then you delete the freaking stairs for them to leave the pool. Or, like, I don't know, throw them into fire, like, build an old oven and then start a fire there. Do you guys remember doing that in The Sims? Which, by the way, I think at some time I would like to play The Sims again, but the original ones, not really the newest ones. The newest ones are kind of strange to me. There is a collection that they made with like The Sims 1 and 2, but then again it's super expensive. Like just like Atari did to the classic collection on the Switch for this game to be expensive, EA also made it expensive. So I'm still waiting for those prices to kind of get more fair, right? But no, but we won't go for those strategies right now. We actually don't need gas in the park. We only need 10 coasters. Oh, my views on collectible cards are a whole other matter. What are your ideas, Pilot, for collectible cards? I'm actually selling my friends' cards as well. And then I kind of get a percentage from their profit, right? Very small percentage, to be honest. But I'm also helping them out with their financial objectives, so I kind of feel good about that. But they are really I don't know, getting a lot of profit that I could, if I wanted, get a little bit more of it to me. I consider all of them to be worth the 15 cents that make up the paper and ink. I understand you on that, because it is paper and ink. But that's what I was saying earlier. If there are people paying for it, why is it wrong, quotation marks? As long as there are people also lost wanting to go home and go into the bathroom, what happened to you, buddy? Let me help you out. By the way, we don't have a bathroom. That's why I don't have a bathroom here. Are you kidding me? Bro, how did I survive 125 streams of this game committing these mistakes? You see how I was not ready to stream today, but I decided to do it anyway? That's why. That's like real proof. I can't play this game anymore. It's my favorite game and I'm committing like the noobiest freaking mistakes. I don't have a bathroom in this park. How could I do that? Also, by the way, what is that? How am I seeing like an invisible path in there that connects the bathroom entrance to the kiosk? It's a private bathroom to the kiosk employees, right? They have to work so much selling umbrellas all day that they gotta have their private bathroom. That's what's going on. Man, I'm not alright. Yes, I'm not alright. What the hell? Dude, please get better soon. Or I'm not finishing this and I won't be ready for the sequel, because the sequel is much worse than this game. Sure, let's set this on the corner. There we go. But I know why my brain did that. It's because I'm used to see the kiosk enclosured by paths, but there was of course not a path right there. Oh my god. That was so bad. Speaking of coasters, recently a couple of teams got a lot of money as compensation for a coaster that got stuck for over 30 minutes upside down in your state, as well as free trauma from the experience that we'll probably never get over. I mean, I'm happy they are alive. Like, it was not a crash, right? That's good. But at the same time, I'm not sure how, I don't know, the human body works, but wouldn't you, I don't know, die if you were held down or upside down for 30 minutes? How does that work? Wouldn't, like, wouldn't you pass out or something? I'm not sure. But I would kind of guess that something would happen to your body if you are upside down for so long. Like, the blood will be strange in your vessels or something. I'm not sure. That sounds not only uncomfortable for you to be on that position, but even a matter to your health, I think. And maybe people could have died because of that. I don't know. Clearly, we need to go back to oh, we do. And you know what, Pilot? One of the ideas that I was having in this break to like either bring to the channel, like to the streaming channel here on Twitch or to YouTube, is something around the lines of a throwback of things we have wait of things we already have played, but not necessarily the same thing. There are other old Looney Tunes games that I have in mind to play. From the same friend that introduced me to Sheep, Dog and Wolf, or Sheep Raider, that one that we played here in the past, right? That was fantastic, by the way. I know Pilot also loved that game a lot. But yeah, that's one of my ideas. Like, I could try playing some games that were alike, or related somehow, or compared somehow to some games we have played before. There are even some cases that I have been thinking of possibly playing again in a way. But then I'm not sure if I will do that on stream or to YouTube. Games that I left things unfinished, games that I even rioted, but maybe I could give them an extra attempt to like beat them or like complete an objective that I failed before. One example is Zelda Arc of Ages. At the time, I remember that I was trying to beat the real boss, the real final boss of that game, when you link ages with Oracle of Seasons, and then there is an extra dungeon, there is an extra boss and everything, but I could never beat that boss here on the channel. But maybe I could go back to that game and try it more, you know, offline or something. Because at that moment, I thought it was impossible for you to do it because I didn't have a certain weapon. But then I learned that it is possible, it's just freaking hard. So it is one of my ideas, like, that I'm wondering what to do about it. So possibly going back to some games or even start some games that would feel like previous games. For example, another possibility would be going after some different endings of other games we have played, or continuing something like Polybridge, for example, although bringing that back to the streaming channel would be, I think, stressful. But maybe in my own time I could try that when I don't know when I'm offline, you know, and then see if I can get actually to the end of Polybridge somehow. It is one of the things I'm wondering. Now that I started doing some other things instead of just Twitch. So you would pass out at some point, but it would take longer to actually kill. They were lucky, wait, they are lucky none of the harnesses failed because they were several hundred feet over pavement. Yes, I'm happy that they didn't have like a more serious accident. Many of them threw up, all of them scared they would fall to their deaths. Imagine if the seat belt would like fail or something. This is my idea of a good day. Not at all, runner, come on. Oh, sequels, I look forward to Chrono Cross. Yeah, maybe getting some other Chrono Cross endings. There is also the Switch version, the remastered, right, to Chrono Cross that I could try going back and then trying to play it differently than how I first played it, you know, a different run. That's a possibility. Ages and Seasons were brutal games, especially Ages. Ages to me was super hard, and I actually normally like puzzle games, but Ages was really tough. Seasons, my biggest problem was the final boss. Yeah, I also think I should bring Seasons to the channel here so we can play together, right? I only brought Ages while Seasons I played offline, but Seasons, I did struggle with the final boss. Runner is leaving. Thank you so much, Runner, for stopping by. Yeah, get some nice sleep, and I hope to see you maybe in another RCT stream. Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much. I know you have beaten Chrono Cross, but now we can get all the characters through New Game Plus. Yeah, I'm not promising all the characters and like 100%ing, but you get my idea, right? I could try replaying Chrono Cross and also playing Red Cloud Dreamers, by the way. I never played Red Cloud Dreamers. And in case I get this collection for the Switch, Red Cloud Dreamers is there. So I have been wondering something about that, because of course time will be the problem. I don't have time to beat the games that I'm playing right now. Imagine the games that I have already played. That's why I'm thinking also in the possibility of getting some of those games to the offline time that I have, or like to bring them to YouTube and not really to Twitch. But I will keep on considering things, or like working with those ideas on my mind. Because I need games, I also want to find games that I can play by my own. Because, like I was saying earlier, there is this one streamer's curse that everything that you wanna play, you kinda wanna stream it after you become a streamer. But I also need some games to like play by my own, or otherwise, if in case something happens, like it did regarding my health, and then I have to stop streaming, I won't be playing anything at that time. Because everything I have to play, I want to show that to everybody. So, you know, I have been trying to maybe find games that I can go back to, games that are related to games we have played, or maybe minor games, or even games that I won't be able to stream them somehow, like what I'm doing with the 3DS games right now on YouTube. I'm also listing some options for me to be playing them by my own. It's still sharing them with you, but then not necessarily on stream, right? Mostly because of time as well. For example, there are days that I won't have this time at night, to be playing for many hours in a row. There will be days that I only have, I don't know, 1 hour, and then I would rather record a video of me playing that and then adding that to YouTube. But no, Pilot, I know you are joking about that, but I think it would be very nice for me to have a different run, at least to get 2 endings, for example. Or at least... Sorry about that. Or at least get like a different party members that I couldn't get in my first run. For example, I know about that guy, Gaio, right? That has a lot of theories behind him, but I could never meet that character, or at least have that character in my party because I took another path. Doing 3 full runs to get all of the characters, no, but that would need to guide me, right? I think if I really were after getting all of the characters, I would need to be guided. I can't do that by my own. It's too specific. But at least have another one with different characters, I think. And that's assuming you do everything perfectly, yes. Not worth that amount of time, I agree. But maybe I could play that by my own, you know? And see what I can do. Still waiting to see you either earn or riot the Trials of Mana. I still check the prices of the physical copy, right? The physical copy of that game, Nubble, yeah. I still get the... By the way, I should also actually share some new games I got. There is one Pilot you like. Give me a second. I forgot about that. I also will share some other thing too. Wait. Things are falling apart here again. Give me a second. I'm new to streaming and I'm sorry for all of this. I can do better. Give me a second. Let's leave RCT farming money to us. And then let me show you some new things I have gotten in this time. Okay, we have the shelf again, right? Let me get the game that I think that Pilot will like to see. Xeno something? Xeno something. It's the third one. Look at that. I'm still missing the second, but I think I will end up getting the digital one because the digital one is cheaper, right? The physical copy is super rare here in Brazil, by the way. Although now they are releasing the Switch 2 version, I'm not fully sure if the Switch 2 version will work on Switch 1, I think, but I'm not fully sure. But I got the third one. This one is like kinda old news. I remember telling Nubble about this one, but I also got Tears of the Kingdom. For example, what am I doing with a game like this? Do you all think it is worth me streaming it? I actually don't know what I'm doing with Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, to be honest. I would need to be very organized in case I stream something like this, because you know I will take forever. It is going to take forever. Or I can just, I don't know, play it by my own and then, you know, upload the VODs on YouTube or something. I need to really give a hard thinking about this one. But I also got... this one that I'm very surprised I was able to find the physical copy of this. It is a spin-off of Professor Layton, right? I was always planning to buy this one on the eShop, but then suddenly the freaking group that I'm part of that has deals and sales and offers of Switch games showed up with this one, and I was like, wait, are you kidding me? And then it was for a good price. I was like, okay, I can buy it as a Professor Layton fan that I am. I'm still waiting for the newest Professor Layton game to be released and actually to get a release date, because they gave us just that it's out this year, but when? We don't know. Is it going to face GTA 6 directly? At this rate, I guess, yeah. Professor Layton versus GTA 6, right? Who will win? Maybe Professor Layton, because I have been reading and seeing that GTA 6 has been leaking every day. Like, there are clips and videos of gameplay every day. So I don't know what's going on with Take Two. I think it's Take Two, right? Or no, Rockstar. Rockstar, right? Rockstar Studios. I just forgot who was the company behind GTA. I think it is Rockstar, if I'm not mistaken. Take Two is somebody else, isn't it? But yeah, what are they doing to like stop the leaks of freaking GTA 6? They should already, I don't know, give us a full trailer with gameplay of the game, because this is like a shameful. But I don't know what's happening to Professor Layton and the new World of Steam, by the way. They gave us this year, but when? I don't know. But I got this one instead. In case the new Professor Layton gets delayed for some reason, I already have a Professor Layton game to play at least. Xeno 3 is one of the only two games to make me ugly cry, so impactful. I have two games that I can remember that made me cry. Actually, three. Never mind. Three games that have made me cry before. One of them is a Professor Layton, by the way. Professor Layton 5, the Miracle Mask. Yes, I did cry a little bit in the end of that game because it got to topics that are um sensitive to me. And the other two are Personas. Persona 3, I cry with that game every time I watch a playthrough or something. It is impossible to not cry to Persona 3. It's such a powerful game. And Persona 5 has a side quest that makes me cry too. Because again, it connects to the messages of the same Professor Layton game that made me cry, like the same topic. Yeah, Persona 5 also has made me cry. Those three games are the ones I remember crying. I remember other games, of course, that were very impactful to me. One of them, I think I was recommending you, pilots, to check it out, the beginner's guide, because I remember we used it to talk about the Stanley Parable. And I still gotta play the Stanley Parable, by the way. I have it, right? At least the first version of it, not the deluxe, but I think it's going to be good enough. But the beginner's guide is another game that makes me to feel impacted by it. And I love watching people playing it or reacting to it on YouTube because it is a very short game too, so you can kind of see the whole game in one day and what the person thinks and how they react, right, to that game in a short amount of time. Big Walk, like I was saying, also was super impactful to me. It did get to some, it changed my cognition in a way, like it talks about communication and it really made me open my eyes about communication, that topic. And I see it in a more incredible way today, how it's magical that people can communicate not only verbally and especially not verbally. So it was like super powerful to me because I was very impressed for the whole work of Big Wall. But I did not cry on those games. They did impact me a lot, but not in a cryful way. But this would like make you cry? Xenoblade 3? I gotta be ready for that then. You can play those off stream, I won't mind. I know Nubble doesn't like Zelda Breath of the Wild that much or like Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, sorry if I didn't answer you before. Don't worry, Piero. An important matter with family. It's all fine, it's all good, don't worry. We can talk more as the stream goes on, right? Both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom can be good streaming games, but in different ways. Breath of the Wild works for cozy streaming, where Tears of the Kingdom tends towards building streams. Interesting? I don't know how much I will be building in Tears of the Kingdom, but we can mess with that for sure. Also, we need more handyman. I'm seeing some litter beans full right there. There we go. I also got some other games. Let me show them to you, but I'll need to boot up my Switch, right? I also want to test something that I wasn't sure, but I kinda confirmed it myself on my phone, but I just want to be sure with people here. Can you guys tell me if the opening overlay is playing music? I think it is, right? You guys can hear the Zelda lo-fi, can't you? I see it playing on OBS, but it's not playing on my computer anymore. Yes, there we go. Thank you so much. It's important to me that it plays to you, but for some reason, after the new updates on OBS, I can't hear it anymore. It's not playing to me, so I was very confused. Okay, next, we need to go to the overlay again. Yeah, this one. But I can also show you some games I got on the Switch in this meantime. If I put this up like this, does it change my overlay? Let me see. Switch. It's this one, isn't it? No? Wait. Oh, yeah, it is this one, Nintendo Switch. And then RCT, I take it. There we go, there we go, there we go. I found it. Okay, can you hear the Switch as well? Okay, I can hear the Switch in here too. So it's good, right? The Switch volume is alright. Because when I first was testing this, I couldn't hear the Switch. And then I had to change one thing on OBS to make me to hear my Switch as well. But I'm thinking we both are hearing the Switch. Some games I got were Patapon. It's a rhythm game that I don't know if you heard of this, probably not, but for a single day and for just a couple of hours in that day, something happened. I don't know, someone on the eShop went crazy and gave like a 90% kind of discount to Patapon 1 plus 2. It was totally a mistake, but I totally saw it and I got it myself, of course, before it was over. And then, yeah, they fixed the price. The poor late people that saw that, they couldn't get it anymore. I was so lucky to get this for like a crazy discount. And I was like, let's go, count me in, because it is a rhythm game that I have heard great things about. You all know that I love rhythm games like Theater Rhythm, Elite Beat Agents, and I don't know, Rhythm Heaven maybe someday. I'm very curious to play this with you all someday. Yeah, it looks very funny too. I got Heavenly Bodies. That's a co-op game, but I think you can also play it single player from what I heard. It was on sale too. This one is Sokobond. It is a nerdy game. It's like Sokoban with chemistry. You need to clear puzzles with real formulas of compounds. So it could be interesting too and kind of different than what we normally play. In case this is not an interesting game to like stream, then maybe I could consider bringing it to the YouTube channel by my own. I got the Yu-Gi-Oh collection. I know Subaru, I know Yoda, I know Cool will be very excited about this one. I'm not sure if you all here right now like Yu-Gi-Oh that much. Maybe Nubble, I'm not sure. But yes, I got the collection, and I think those were it. Mario Galaxy that we need to go back at some point, especially the sequel. Oh yeah, Life is Strange. I don't remember if I told you about those two. Yeah, we got Life is Strange, at least the first one. This one that I can't read because my screen is very small, but I think it is Bilkins Foley or something. Foley's. It is an exploration game. It sounds like cozy, a little bit like a puzzle game too, an adventure. I think those were my new Switch games. This one I know Piero is like dying to see me playing. One day, Piero. I also was thinking about playing Drows, but the plans all changed. But one day I will get to Drows and to Nino Kuni for sure. And also Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, because I was promising that I would play a tactics game for the first time. Now I'm not sure when, but eventually for sure. Alright, you guys gave me some feedback on the Switch. Those were some new digital games I got on the Switch. Also, by the way, today, before I forget, there is a Pokemon like game for free on Steam. It's called. How is it called again? Let me check on my phone. I posted that on Discord, and surprisingly, it was the first time that a game that was on my wish list on Steam became free. So it was kind of funny to get the email of it, like saying it's free. It is. It's something. No, maybe I'm confused with like Parapon. I think it ends with Pon as well. Let me see. No, 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 no. It's something else. It's Dokemon. Dokemon Quest. Yeah, this game right now, a Pokemon-like game, Dokemon Quest. It's free up to tomorrow. Yeah, it's only 48 hours. It's only a 48 hours time for you to like get this game. I know it's not like the best. Like I have read some reviews of it on Steam. Some people say that the game has some bugs when you are battling or something. But I don't know, it's still worth trying something different than Pokemon from time to time, right? And now that it's for free, it's much better. So go get that in case you were missing that. Also, hi Bookmark, how are you? Great to see you. We are back. We are back here trying to stream. How's it going? Have you rested? Have you hydrated? Because I was there in your last stream, right? In your anniversary stream. Happy birthday. It was amazing. You made me go to bed super late though. I was like destroyed the next day because I was like 3 a.m. zombie like, but worth because I could see your performance. I was happy that I got there early and it was great. Your songs are always fantastic, your energy is always uplifting, and your new song, the weather one. uh, Hi Emily, thank you so much for the resub. Also, great to see you too. Everyone is showing up. Let's go for RCT. Emily, you made it. You made it for the RCT comeback. Great to see you all. But yeah, Bookmark, your new song is very great, but I'm very worried. How are you going to keep up with the pacing of your chorus, right? Because it's so much for you to like compile into singing. I hope you make it, but then in the next year when you have your next performance, I don't know how you're going to like dance and sing to that together. Like you need to find a way. You need to make your mascots to like start singing too. I don't know. But yeah, you did great, and then I hope you're doing all right because probably you were also exhausted right after all of that. But there we go. Let me go back to our overlay then. I did turn off that the switch. Yes, let's go back there. Chill stream, there we go. As you can see, I'm still lost in here, by the way. I was not planning to come back today, but I'm glad I did because everyone is here pretty much. But I'm still getting used to everything, guys, so be patient with me, right? Let me go back to the chat because I did miss some messages. Oh, yes, I missed a lot of messages. Don't worry, I'll get to them. I also need to get used to reading messages, right? I know that sometimes I get slower into doing that, but now that I'm back to this, it's so much happening, and I'm aging, so I feel like I'm an old man now. I'm an old man streamer, so I need to like make my brain to work again, pretty much. GTA 6 versus TES 6. TES 6. Wait, which one is TES 6? Wait, TES 6. I'm not sure which game is that. Oh, The Elder Scrolls. The Elder Scrolls. There we go. The Elder Scrolls. I got it now. But wasn't The Elder Scrolls 6 still a mystery when it was going to be released? Or do we have news on that, Nubble? Versus Professor Layton, which game will take the crown? Zelda Ocarina of Time. Maybe it's Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, right? I'm not sure if Nintendo will save Zelda to like face GTA 6, but it is a possibility too. Place your bets now. It's totally GTA 6. Yeah, people are so crazy over that game. But in any case, I'm very excited for whenever we get around. Oh yeah, to play Kingdom Hearts. I love revisiting that series. Let's go. I can't promise you when I'm starting that for sure, because I was also not expected to buy it already. But I'm getting more motivated because this friend is playing, and then I also kind of wanna have some knowledge of Kingdom Hearts to also try to motivate him to keep on playing it too, because he's kind of busy and then he gets distracted and then he stops playing things. But maybe if I were playing too, I could kind of push him to play it more too. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Maybe next year. Who knows? Let's see how things go. I have been more motivated to play Kingdom Hearts in general. Like some years ago, I was like, oh yes, I gotta play it, but I don't know if I will like it or something. And then after talking to Pierre about that game, and then now my friend playing it, My friend actually got lost, Piero. He was complaining that he got lost in one of the early worlds because he didn't know what to do to progress. And then that was shocking to me. I was like, isn't Kingdom Hearts a linear game or something? But he had to find items to like do something in there to progress, or like to unlock a door to progress or something, unlock a path. He took some time to figure something out, and then I was like, seriously, Kingdom Hearts can be this easy to get lost or something? That made me more curious, because I always thought that Kingdom Hearts was something more like, oh yeah, casual, and then no brainer battles, right, and then story, and then plot, and then theorizing, but not that you had to like really explore and then find secrets, otherwise you'll get stuck because it is a brutal game. I was very surprised, so I kind of want to also play it to see what is going on. Like maybe it is a more deep playthrough, or like deep mechanic going on that than what I thought, while people mostly talk about the plot, right? I don't know. He made me very curious about that now, of like exploring and then paying attention to everything. Otherwise, we get stuck. I was like, seriously, is it that challenging? He made it more interesting now. So Pilot gave up on Tears of the Kingdom because of the building mechanics. They just didn't jive with me. I have never seen that word. I hope I pronounce it right. Jive. Maybe it is jive, but I think it's jive, right? That sounds a little like Banjo and Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, a game that I still gotta play at some point. That they started doing the building thing and then they kind of ruined the franchise a bit. Although they say that for Tears of the Kingdom it's not too bad, but I can understand that it kind of messes a little more with the adventure feeling of it because you gotta start building things. Maybe you should just, I don't know, find easy things to build, Pilot, to continue your playthrough. Like, if that's a mechanic that's bothering you, maybe you don't need to invest yourself too much into it. Maybe you could just, look into a guide. Oh, yeah, build this thing, and then you can clear most of the game, something like that. Thank you for the feedback on the audio. OBS has buttons under audio sources for audio monitoring. They look like headphones. I have that selected, Piero. It is selected for my Nintendo Switch audio, right? And also to my starting screen overlay. But honestly, I'm not fully sure what that means. Does it mean that it is playing to you but not to me? I know when I started setting this with my friend that helped me to like do this stack, we set it like this, especially the overlay for the beginning of the stream, because I didn't want the Zelda Lo-Fi to be captured on the VOD, because I was at first scared of like getting a strike or like a copyright strike. Even though Game Chops, which is the channel, right, the YouTube channel where they did that Zelda Lo-Fi, they say that it's okay for you to use it in case you kind of um, give us the shout out or something, and then we have the shout out for them under there on the description of the channel, and also in the clips collection that I worked on. But I was still like, I could just mute it for that beginning, because it's not also losing some of my content or something. But now I can't hear it. I was updating OBS, and then for some reason I can't hear it. So I couldn't hear the Nintendo Switch, but I was able to find a thing in there to make it available for me to hear it. But yeah, I have that tiny monitoring thing on my source in here too. Sometimes I use it to test my mic and such. Can I click on it or something? Oh no, I can only disable it if I want. There we go. I forgot to change my badge to one more fitting for the channel. Oh yeah, the Chikorita. Let's go. I hear the Switch. I hear it, but it sounds delayed to the video. It sounds delayed to the video, really. I need to check that then. Oh, Pilot is getting the beginner's guide. I love that game. It is a game that has, of course, um, a story itself, but I think that's funny that some people interpret it some people interpretate that game differently sometimes. Yeah, it has one of my favorite chill songs as well in the beginner's guide. Sometimes I just play that song on extended on YouTube so while I'm doing some house chores or something. Sell it's only being sold through stores that you don't support, so having to go to the pirate route, that's okay, right? I won't judge you, pilot. I still need to finish the different crystals in Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm. I need to go back now. I need to go back to Theater Rhythm because I stopped it as it was using a lot of my eyesight, right? For me to follow the buttons and everything. I did love that game so much, but it was making my eyes very tired. So once I'm back to Theater Rhythm, I'll need to take shorter breaks or maybe I should say shorter sections, right, of that game and more breaks because it was kind of making my eyes to go bad. Yu-Gi-Oh is great to like it too, Piero. And then Nubble never got into Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah. Dino Kuni, I see you. Yeah. Blaster Bug? Blaster Bug? No, Blaster Bug was a different game. I was talking about how was it called again? Dokimon? It's something like that. I'm going to type it on the chat. You can get it, Piero. I think it is Dokimon Quest, right? It is only free until tomorrow. Yeah, Dokimon Quest. It is very nostalgic, like it looks like a Game Boy Color game. It has the OG Pokemon games looks. Dokimon Quest. There we go. That's the one. Yeah, you can still get it. Yeah, up to tomorrow. Be sure to like spread the news to everyone. Thank you for the welcome back bookmark. It was great. I was so happy that I made it so like to the beginning because I remember in the other years only getting there late, right? But this time it was different. We totally slept the whole next day, right? Me too. I was super sleeping the next day. We have been waiting for a comeback. It happened. Yeah, and it's better this way, like without planning too much, without the perfect day, because there is no perfect day. Why not today? I was like, you know what? I have a free time this night. Sure, let me test this out. Let me fix my room a little bit, and then here I am. I'm actually working it around to make it a bit easier to sing. I think you should, yes. Maybe it's because of the rhythm, right? The rhythm you chose for that song was very fast paced. Have you ever thought about maybe this is a crazy idea, right? I have no clues if it's going to work or sound better or anything, just for you to think about it and then you make your decision. But have you ever considered, um, I don't know, mixing up that song into a faster paced beginning, but in the chorus it gets kind of melancholical or slower? I don't know if that would work, but it's an idea. Wait, hi X5, what's up, man? I was catching up with the chat. I did not see you there. You like some Yu-Gi-Oh, don't you? Yeah, I got the Yu-Gi-Oh, showing everyone the Yu-Gi-Oh game and the other ones I got for us to play. And maybe at some point you can also play some of those Switch games too, since you have your own Switch now, right, X5? You have been doing some Pokemon Legends ZA playthroughs right now after Pokemon. Oh, I don't know if I say that. Pokemon Red, right, in Spanish. Hoho. I can't say freaking Spanish. I'm so bad. But how has that been like to you, right? Catching up with Pokemon after so long. I think you don't know all of those Pokemon, right? You felt a little bit lost about some Pokemon types in there. But great to see your Switches. It's like giving you some more Nintendo games for you to play. I will get to the chat. Give me a second. I'm still catching up. After you left it, you beat Felseal. Let's go! You did the other route, right? Of Felseal. Did you fight Alegria by any chance? Because you had to go into another route, right? In the end, it was like a split ending. I'll have to highlight to export to YouTube so that you can watch it. I would appreciate that. Yes. Yeah, the Elder Scrolls. It took me some time to think about it, but if I'm not mistaken, the Elder Scrolls 6 was still a rumor. By rumor, I mean they announced that it was under the works, but I don't know when it's going to be out, right? It's probably not going to be out this year. I was in the final battle, really. Oh no, was I fighting what? Was I fighting Alegria or the freaking big giant red Tektites or something? Those freaking monsters. I can't believe I got the urn before the Elder Scrolls 6 and GTA 6. Oh my god, yeah, right. Man, I'm sorry that I took some time to stream again, but I was actually like with lots of health problems. I am still with my aging physical health problems, but at least my eyes are a little bit more tolerable. Wait, tolerable, is that a word in English? I'm not sure. Maybe it's not, and then I'm just translating from Portuguese. It is more, let's say, okay-ish to work with it. Hence why I'm not planning to like go super late into my streams. I need to like have some balance. But sometimes, depending on the situation, I'll see if I can overdo it a little so we can, I don't know, finish a game or like uh, do something special. I'm not sure. But overall, I will see if I can make maybe 3 to 4 hours long streams so I can also take care of myself, right? Otherwise, I will break myself and then I will need to rest for months to get my health back to normal again, which is something that I don't want because it delays me on my games. Hi Emily, doing well, just getting my night started here with foods. What are you having, Bookmark? I ate some sandwiches before I started the stream, and my cereal is waiting for me after stream. Don't underestimate the Bethesda zealots. Yeah, they can kind of delay it a lot, right? But I have been underestimating them actually. I'm thinking they would take forever to release that still. The pirate route has failed. Oh no, is a no go for now. That's okay, Pirate. Maybe I can bring it before you play, and then we can play together in here, right? I can see it happening. Kingdom Hearts 1 is kind of a straightforward, but there are moments. Yeah, my friend got stuck for some reason. I think there was something that he couldn't see in the game, and then once he understood that mechanic, he was able to progress. Yeah, old games are easy to get lost. When I was trying to give him ideas without knowing what made him stuck, I was thinking of Chrono Cross and how there were invisible doors in that game that were like behind pillars, hidden passages that sometimes the perspective of the game, like the isometric view we were mentioning earlier today on RollerCoaster Tycoon, the angles sometimes they don't show you what you need to see, right? But I believe that in his case it was more of a mechanic and then something about collecting items to do something. But thankfully, he was able to progress, and now he just needs to have time to keep on going. He has been enjoying it though, and he kind of said something about. I'm trying to remember now. I think he was saying something that the game kind of goes dark soon or something. Like it's not uh, very uplifting in the beginning. It's something like that. His impression. So maybe it is quite a dark game indeed. It is a Square Enix game, of course. There is gonna be obtuse bad things. Yes, I think that's also something that could have happened to him. He couldn't see like a strange path, right? By the way, did you guys see the news on Terra Enigma? There was a Terra Enigma port coming up to like the Switch, to PlayStation 5 and everything. That's one of the old SNS RPG games that I have been curious about, but nobody talks about it, right? But I want to play that at some point, together with Suikoden that X5 really likes, and also the Mana games that Nubble loves. Yeah, but Terra Enigma is one of those games that I'm curious, especially for its soundtrack. But nobody talks about that game. And then suddenly there were some news now of it getting ported to some modern platforms. By the way, did you get Integram? I got Integram. Yeah. No, I got everything. Did you see the sale, Piero, that they did for Integram? It was 70% off, if I'm not mistaken. It was kinda cheap. Audio monitoring on means it will play the audio through your computer. Yes. So why can't I hear the freaking lo-fi? It was like on, right? But still, what matters is that you all are listening to the lo-fi when I'm starting the stream. but it was kind of strange. Yes, what did Bookmark get to dinner? Emily's doing alright. She's just tired from work, but I'm having fun. Let's go, Emily. I hope you can get some good rest. I got bombarded by food, so I have spaghetti. Oh my god, it's a buffet! Spaghetti as well as eggs and rice, and a side snack peanut butter and Bookmark invite us all, right? In a hot dog bun and some of Bookmark's birthday cake. What was the flavor? Was it coconut? It's probably coconut, right? Bookmark. Why am I even asking? And you know what? I would be so down for like a Brazilian cold coconut cake that I don't know if I have ever brought up here in the channel. I remember the carrot cake, right? The carrot cake is old news already. I have always been promoting the Brazilian version of the carrot cake everywhere. But the Brazilian cold coconut cake, I don't know if I talk that much about that one. And it's been rare. Like, I don't know why people have forgotten about that in here. And you know why is it especially delicious? Because it gets super cold. People use like aluminum foil. I'm not sure how to say this in English, but aluminum foil to like wrap the slices of the cake to leave it on the fridge, and then that helps it to get extra cold. And then when you're going to eat it, it's so delicious. Like it's powerful into the coconut flakes on top of it, and then the dough of it also get it's dough the word, or I think it is, isn't it? I'm now confused if dough is only for pizza and bread or if it's also for cakes. I think it is. It gets like moist with like the coconut, and then you also have a coconut cream inside of it, super cold. Man, I need that. I need that so much. But I haven't been seeing it anymore. Like bakeries are not making that cake anymore. But let's go, Bookmark. You are very well served today. You were off the first there. It was awesome. Let's go. I hope I did not die, right? I hope I did not die in the final boss in there in Felseal. By the way, X5, I was talking to you about Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope you have already started your new playthrough of Forbidden Memories because you disappointed me, man. You really disappointed me, man, for not answering that question correctly of how many cards were in the game. You know it, right? You know you need to play it again so you can know all of the cards of that game. Huh. And then you tell me to play that? Come on, first you need to be the professional one into that game. You need to like give it platinum achievements, and then I will play it. Yeah, because then you guide me up and help me up, so I can also beat that game someday somehow, even though I know it's brutal. But we'll get there. We'll get to Forbidden Memories. I was at first surprised it was not in the collection that I bought for the Switch, but I think now I'm kind of glad that it's not on the collection on the Switch. As I was like, wait, Forbidden Memories is not in here? Isn't this a complete collection? What the heck? And then now you know what? Maybe it is better that I pass a little pass. But in the future we'll get there. I would have to mess with it. I think we might have to, if anything. I will alter my lyrics so it's not too fast winded. Yeah, because it was like you need to find some breathing moments, right? Breathing moments. Even though you said that one of your talents is like to breathe while singing, which is like crazy, but you should also like maybe find a better balance into that so it doesn't overload you, right? Otherwise, it's photosynthesis. Yeah, it's photosynthesis, Bookmark. In the next celebration, I will see you like fully dressed in green, right? Doing the photosynthesis outside of your house because you need oxygen. Like, there is no way. Like, your rhythm, your performance, everything is so energetic and pumped up that you gotta have some aerobics in there, like something oxygen. But I know you'll find an answer to that, yes. There are some Pokemon that I do not know at all. I know some third gen up to fourth gen Pokemon, but that's about it. You know something else, since we are talking about Pokemon and I was bringing up the YouTube videos that I was doing. Also, by the way, RollerCoaster Tycoon is like lost forever, but I'm not surprised this is happening in the stream that I'm back. Right, we have so much to chat, but at least we are doing some money in there, little by little, even though we don't have a lot of rides. But some money is still money, right? But I was going to say that now that I have the option of playing my 3DS, I have Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Alpha Sapphire? Never mind. It is Omega Ruby. And what if I start a freaking Nuzlocke in there? Because I still have the plans of playing Nuzlocke in the channel. At first, of course, I was thinking about streaming it, but that's also an option for me to Nuzlocke Alpha Sapphire. I mean, Omega Ruby. Especially because since I bought the 3DS XL after my tiny 3DS broke, and then I got Omega Ruby with it, I never played it. I have watched playthroughs, so it won't be blind, but I never played the copy that I have. So it's good to me to like start a new file. No, it's not even my file that's in there, it's the guy's file. That's an option too for the future. Oh, Piero have been playing Pokopia. There we go, Piero. Have been trying the underwater update now. I think you are because you mentioned how much you liked the video from the Twitter. I think right, the video from Twitter that I post on Discord the other day that somebody created the SpongeBob's is how is it called? Bikini, right? Bikini bottom. Yeah, bikini bottom in Pokopia. Yeah, so how has it been? Like, how have you created your Pokopia city in there? But my dentist, by the way, is addicted to Pokopia. Like, she had to force herself to stop playing it, otherwise she wouldn't be working anymore. And then she's only allowing herself to play it more when she has long breaks, like a holiday or something. Yeah, she's crazy addicted into Pokopia, and it makes me very happy that Pokopia was a success because first it has quality, and second it's like an answer to Pokemon to try new ideas out. Like it can work and it can work great. And also the Animal Crossing fans can somewhat get less anxious while waiting for their next game, right? Glad to see you here too, X5. Let's go, man. I hope that I can have the energy and especially the health to keep on going with this. But at least I also found an option to post some content on YouTube too in the meantime. But I'll do my best, yes. Even though for now I won't have a schedule or anything, but we'll get there soon, right? No Alegria, man. We will need to find Alegria in the next game, then bookmark. Yeah, Alegria was missing in action. It was scary. The boss was trolling us. All right. Oh, tolerable was a word. There we go. At first, I was thinking I could just be translating from Portuguese. I would say your eyes are more resilient. This is the word I would pick for what you were trying to say. Okay, resilient. Yeah, I need to be careful. Even though I do already have some blue light filters in both monitors, I think that I forget to blink, you know? And I sometimes have even been like forcing myself to blink more on purpose to kind of lubrificate. Maybe lubrificate is the word in English to make my eyes to like water more, right? I also have some eye drops in case I need them, but the problem is that once my eyes really decide to have some pain or like to become painful, it takes like a lot of days for it to like stop being painful. You know, the muscles once they get tired, it's a lot of recovery time. It's so annoying. And it's like one of those uncomfortable feelings that they don't pause, like because you are always using your eyes, so you feel that pain for the whole day. It's very stressful, so I need to be careful about that. Tolerable is indeed a word in the English dictionary. There we go. It's just because I never hear people saying it, and sometimes it makes me confused. Terranigma. You haven't heard of that game in so long. It's back, Nubble. They just released like a trailer announcing it for the modern platforms. And I have been curious about that. I have been curious about that because spoiler alert, or should I not say this? Nah, I won't say this, but once we get to it, there will be reasons why I need to see it with my eyes, right? My eyes need to be resilient to see those news in that game. Yeah. There is something there that really bugs me a lot in a personal way, even. And also the soundtrack. The soundtrack from that game is beautiful. Not sure how is the battle mechanics though. That sounds like a stomach ache, but I love eating different things like that. I tried something new this week. I went to this coffee shop. I never drink coffee, by the way, and they had a banana cold coffee latte or something. It was interesting because I did like it. I thought it was refreshing, but I could not feel the banana taste. So I wonder if it is. It was like more of a banana syrup. It was not even like a real banana that was supposed to give it taste. Maybe if it were a real banana drink, then I could feel the banana, right? I could taste it. But yeah, I tried that, which was one of my first experiences with like coffee drinks. And yeah, it was good, but then again, I wished I could have felt the taste of banana, right? The sale was crazy. Yes, Piero, I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I even check every price of things on sale on all sorts of platforms, right? I check things on Deco Deals for the Switch games, SteamDB for Steam games, and more recently, GG Deals because they also get some websites that have the keys, right? For you to like purchase the keys and then claim your games. And it was the lowest price in all of those places. And then I also checked some Reddit forums of people saying or like answering if that one Instagram collection of Kingdom Hearts was worth it. And people were like, definitely worth it, even for the previous sale they had, because this one was even cheaper than before. So I was like, I gotta get it. I don't know when they are going to give us this opportunity again, right? And then Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming up, and then maybe I should get it. So I did. But then I'm not sure when we are playing it. Yeah. It will happen. I remember Terranigma played by one of your old stream days before Twitch. Oh my god, that's a great memory then, Bookmark. If it were like that long ago. I'm glad you found it. Yeah. I didn't tell you about the sale because I didn't want to be pushy. No! I'm the person that needs to know about sales and offers, even though I'm very well informed in that, and then I like to share those news too. But don't worry. No, you won't be pushy to me. Nope. Like I want to get informed because I have been tracking the prices, or like I have been getting ideas of the prices of things. For example, the Switch 2 itself. So far, I'm still thinking it's not worth buying a Switch 2. Um, but I have been seeing the prices of the Switch 2 here in Brazil falling down. And maybe eventually, if I keep on tracking those prices, they will get to a price that I think that I could change my mind. Oh, maybe now it's worth the price, you know? But I like to keep on following the price of things, yeah. So once the day happens that I'm buying something, I will know for sure that it's going to be worth. But don't worry about that. If I agree and then if I can at the moment make that purchase, I will. Brazilian carrot cake looks so odd to you, really, Nubble, but it's very good. That sounds beautiful and yummy. Emily had some great coconut cake about a month ago. I need the coconut cake. The Brazilian one is very good. It's very moist and cold. By the way, ignore my audio monitoring. Can you see why I'm thinking too much in code instruments? No, wait, what? No, but then I was kind of asking for help, Piero. You did nothing wrong. I was kind of asking like, what is that for? And then I never figured it out myself. because every time I need to deal with like these tech things on OBS or something, for example, I don't know if you guys heard the news, but I also bought a new monitor, and I will ask a friend of mine that understands more on these things. He was the one that also set the switch and the capture card for me to like work with this in here. But I don't know much on tech, guys. Like I suffer. So when I was trying to set OBS to stream today out of blue, I felt that something was different because of the audio settings in here. So I have been very cautious about that now. So knowing that the monitor works that way is very good because it is activated in here, but I didn't know what exactly was it for. Because it's something that probably my friend did to me. But there you go. And no, mommy got me a smaller but really pretty mermaid looking vanilla cake. Ah, but vanilla cake is good too. Oh, better. Yeah, better, right? Yeah, better. I was in doubt in there. I wasn't sure. No, not again. No, you should. You should play. Forbidden Memories. I don't want to fight Henshin again. You are ready with Professor Layton? Did you see the Professor Layton I got, X5? And when is our next Professor Layton game, right, X5? But did you see this? Were you here when I was showing that I got this? Did you know there was a physical copy of this? This is the Catriel Layton game, right? The spin-off of Professor Layton. I was thinking about buying it on the eShop, but there was a sudden sale, an offer of this, and I was like, okay, I can get the physical one, why not? But then, I'll be honest, of course I want to play this and then see how it goes and everything, but I have heard that this game might not be worth the price. I have heard that this game may not be that great, right? So I bought it with that in mind, and I pretty much bought it because I thought it was somewhat a cool collectible for like a Professor Layton fan. Because otherwise, I hear people saying that this game isn't that great or that good or that complex, right? Just like the other Professor Layton games. But still, I was so surprised this was a thing and that was not too expensive, even though it still might not make justice to the price I paid. But I still wanted to get it right for the rarity of it, kind of. I have never seen the physical copy of this. I always thought it was an exclusive online and digital only copy. Let's go back. But then, just to finish this Layton talk, I will need to see what am I doing because it would be better for me to play the Professor Layton games before jumping into this. And also, by the way, I just realized that with my 3DS, I can play three Professor Layton games if I consider Phoenix Wright oh my god. The freaking YouTube videos. I can play Professor Layton games in there. I'll be missing the number 4 though. But was it Professor Layton 4 is for the DS. I can emulate the DS. I can't emulate the 3DS, but the DS I can. Oh my god, I have access to all of the Professor Layton games. I will think about that. We can start working with those games, I think. Holy shit, I wasn't realizing that because I have the 2 for the 3DS plus the crossover with Phoenix Wright. Now I have this, and then I was already planning to get the next game, the new World of Steam, eventually. We can work on a Professor Layton marathon. I will give a thought on that. That one is, yeah, it is not in the collection. I was surprised that Forbidden Memories was not in the Yu-Gi-Oh collection. Maybe it is not a classic game, it is a suffering game. The circulative breathing, such a weird technique. Bookmark was saying that she could do it. I was like, seriously? That's so crazy. You were holding the party together with the new guy we recruited. Actually, Marvelous got injured during the last battle and there was no saving, so I had to keep going right after. Have I told you, Bookmark, that I saw that False Seal was on the Switch as well? Once you all help me out with tactical games, I will consider playing False Seal 2. One day. Yeah, I got Omega Ruby Nubble, the superior remake version. the superior remake version, but isn't it kind of bad because it didn't get the battle frontier? Yeah, because I think it doesn't get the battle frontier, right? Underwater for Pocopia, yes, Piero. Dragon Quest Builders 3 when? Yes, everyone compared Pocopia to Dragon Quest Builders, Noble. Yeah, those fans are starving for a new game because of Pocopia. Oh no. Really? I would think that many Dragon Quest fans would be fans of Pokemon too, but maybe not, right? Maybe not. Piero have been grinding resources in Pocopia, and Piero haven't even started their own town. But Piero beat the game and DLC and max level everywhere? Wait, max level? Do you mean what exactly is max level in Pocopia? I'm not sure. Is it getting all of the Pokédex or like all of the Pokemon? Without spoiling me, of course. What did you think about the plot? Because a lot of people talk about the crazy plot of Pocopia, right? 100 hours playtime. That was like a Persona game, and I feel like Piero uh, didn't start. Yeah, because you can start new ideas later, right? You can. It's just like RollerCoaster Tycoon, pretty much. It is just like this game. You can always get like a new area that's like a blank paper. Is that correct? I think it is, right? It's like a new paper, and then you can start working on it. A new canvas. Maybe canvas is a better word. And then you can start working with it with your new creative ideas. Lubricate. Okay, it's simple than what I was trying to say. Thank you, Emily. Lubricate. Yeah, lubricate my eyes. That's so good though. Please don't spoil. I never got far into that game because super obtuse puzzles in that game. Wait, which game I was talking about then? I hope I did not spoil anything. Oh yeah, Terranigma. No, yeah, better without spoiling. But there is a very specific reason why I wanna play the game too. That sounds different. The banana coffee one. Like you want to complain about Square Enix games being obtuse in what they want? Terranigma was the worst for that. Seriously? So that's why the puzzles were hard? Why am I getting excited for like games with like I don't know hard mechanics to deal with or like also by the way you guys are still seeing the freaking Switch? No 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 no. Only now I checked that on OBS. You guys should be seeing Roller Coaster Tycoon. What the hell? You see how I'm not a streamer anymore? Man, I'm so lost in everything. Wait, where is it? Here. And then RCT. There we go. I was here chatting and chatting, thinking you were seeing the park with me, like our money raising a little bit. Wait, are they going to go karts? They are not, right? Wait, what happened here? What? Oh, we have a late rider. It's just that. Someone was super behind. I was freaking. Is it too expensive? Wait, there are more people? Oh no, there are more people. No? Why is it like so slow then? Oh no, it restarted. Restarted. Okay, okay, okay. It's fixed. Fixed. Oh god, I got it too. Wait, do you mean you got this? You bought it already too? Kerr, who I'm playing the Professor Layton Saga with, yeah, says he hates the game and their best friend loves that game. You mean Catriel, right, X5? I heard people saying that this game is, I don't know, it's basic, pretty much. But I don't know, like, I'll need to check it myself. Also, some people hated it because it is like a 3DS game that was priced up like a Switch game. So maybe they should have made it cheaper, right? But I did not play the 3DS game either, so I don't know. I hope I will have better uh, a better opinion on this once I get to it. Like if I go with expectations very low. But okay, at least somebody. Like, Kerr's best friend liked this game, so it's somebody that sees good things about this. We can have a chance, X5, if we kind of go open-minded with this, right? But you got the digital one? Yeah, you have two clashing opinions on it. It's just like, I don't know, Final Fantasy X. That honestly, once I tried Final Fantasy X myself offline, one day I'll bring it to the channel too. I actually liked it more than what I thought. But I do understand the criticism, yes. Oh, you post in Discord the cake? Let me see. By the way, I won't be able to stream for much longer because I'll need to do the Pokemon Go trades of the day. But I can still be here for 30 minutes more or maybe 40 minutes more. But I need around an hour to do the 100 trades on Pokemon Go, right? With my friend before the day is over. What? Okay, we have a lot of cake pictures on Food Talk right now, right there on Discord. Oh my god. Okay, Bookmark, I love your birthday cake so much. It even matches the blue of my overlay right here, right? The chill overlay right there. It's so nice. But are you telling me that this is not coconut cake? It is vanilla, like you said? Wait, this is not vanilla, right? Like what? It's so colorful inside. Is this strawberry or... I know there is a... Is it mint? I think it is mint cake as well, right? Mint? That normally gets kind of blue or green. I have never had a mint cake, by the way. So I have no idea if I would like it. But some people like chocolate mint. And look at the look at the other picture, which is Emily's coconut cake. That's insane. It's like a tower. It's like a cake tower. You too, right there? You never disappoint me with food, right? Jeez. But I will show you the Brazilian coconut cake too, because it is different. Yeah, the Brazilian one would be like this. I'm not sure if you can see it. I hate how my webcam has no focus. I hope it is showing it. I'm not sure. It has a cream inside and then coconut flakes on top. It is very good when cold. You kind of leave this on the fridge and then you are happy the next day, right? Because it is very moist. You can have this option too, that's more simple, but it's also delicious. I will see if one day I can find it, because of course I cannot bake it. And then I can try either posting pictures of it on Discord or showing it on stream. I can see if somewhere sells it too. I never tried looking for a coconut cake online, but maybe the app that I ordered food could have it. I'm not sure. I just don't know a physical place where I can find it, but maybe I can find it online too. But it is very good. Look at this. Ooh. This one is very creamy. But I'm very surprised. You two got some amazing cakes too. And the size of Emily's cake, that sounds like a wedding cake to me. Like, it's so big. Three games for the DS? No, X5, it was 4 games for the DS. The first one of the second trilogy, which was The Last Spectre, was for the DS as well. Hence why I could never beat it, because I tried beating it 2 times already, But every time I got to the final part of it, something happened to my save file and then I lost my progress. That's why I could never beat the fourth game. But it was for the DS too, because I could emulate the DS, but not the 3DS. Watching through some of the clips collection, let's go, right, Pilot? I'm happy that you are checking it out. Yeah, Piero mentioned that too, that a lot of people from the OG days, they are not around anymore, like we don't know what happened to them that much, which is fine, right? But it was very nostalgic for that too, because of like how our chat and then our community also changed a lot throughout the years. Although we also still have a lot of OGs around. Super detective skills, yes. We don't talk about that exclusion, that exclusion. That exclusion? I'm not sure if I got that now. I think it is, I think you would love playing it. Yes, Falcio. Pocopia was made, oh yeah, the Dragon Quest thing, Dragon Quest build, yes, I know that, yeah. There is this one YouTuber that he was recommending people to play Dragon Quest builders. He actually thinks it's better than Pocopia. Level is comfort levels, making the Pokemon happy. Oh yeah, I think I know that. You gotta clear their quest, right? Oh, the blank slate? Yes, a blank slate for you to kinda create things. In exchange, you can get recipes to build more cool stuff. Ah, so that's how you get the objects. I kind of thought you had to, I don't know, explore, and then by checking the cities you would find the recipes for the objects, but then the Pokemon give you the recipes, I see. Some mentally engaging games for me? Yes. We were watching a game? Man, sometimes I really don't understand. Man, if you were here earlier, X5, seeing the mistakes I committed in this game, in RollerCoaster Tycoon, that used to be like my comfort peak, right? Like, I would suffer into this game because it's my favorite game of my childhood and everything. It's been 125 streams, so I won't be bad anymore, even if I take forever to stream again or like play it again. I think I have a whole set of at least 10 clips for the next clips collection of my mistakes in here, right? Oh my god. But it's fine, right? It's too much to gather like at once. Eventually I'll get the hang of everything again. Even RollerCoaster Tycoon that I never thought I would lose the hang of it. The cart got lost, it did, right? Creepy Tail made us like confusing puzzles, it did. Definitely, but Piero will get them again. At least the second game. It's not the best Professor Layton game, but not the worst of all. You are still going through them, right, X5? Have you gotten to the third one? I think not, have you? This is an unpopular. This is an unpopular opinion, but I think my least favorite is the third game. It's people's favorite normally, but maybe not mine. Although, never mind, the fourth game is also not good, even though I haven't finished it completely, right? Because they never let me finish it, the save file was always lost. But the fourth game was also not that impressive. The fifth game made me cry, like I was telling Pilot earlier, and the sixth game was alright. But also I thought that the sixth game could have been more developed. And they tried to do too much into that game. I think it should have been like slower in rhythm. The very first is like, well, kinda meh story-wise. It is fine. I agree with you, it's kinda fine. You are now playing the second, isn't it? We'll see if I convince them to play it again and make them hate me. The the freaking Catriel Layton. You should. You should have them both with you, like on stream. And then they would be fighting each other like, I like this puzzle, I hate this, but it's good. No, it's not. You know, you could be the judge from Phoenix Wright in the middle of the court, while they two were like, objection, objection, about Catriel Layton. I think that's a fantastic idea. And then you would be, like, pleasing both sides at the same time. The haters, because they will be happy to see somebody hating the game, and also the pleasers, because they will see somebody complimenting the game. It's win-win, X5, why not? You should try talking to Kerr's best friend to also get that person into your streams. Yes, you actually got the physical one too. Let's fucking go! Holy shit! And then I was thinking that I was the crazy one only to buy this. Thank you for being crazy with me, X5. Heck yeah! That's so crazy. Could you also get it for a good deal? I hope you could. I also should see your Switch collection at some point, by the way. I'm not sure which games you have gotten so far. Sounds like a plan. No, it's just a vanilla cake with a colorful inside. Seriously? So they made it fancy for the colors? If anything, it would be cotton candy flavored with two colors. A cotton candy cake. I think I would like that. That looks delightful. It was huge, right, Tim? It's like a freaking big tower. Please, I always love seeing that cake. I hate to eat it in two sittings. Oh, wait, you had to eat it in two sittings, maybe? Been here for nearly 10 years now. Craziness, right, Pilot? It's been forever, man. The freaking... Oh, the follow age? How long was it, Nubble? Since 2018, right? 16th of February of 2018. 2018 is like 8 years, I think. Am I doing the math right? I think I am. Yeah, yeah, 8 years. Take that, hold it. Wait, has Pilot been actually for 10 years? Oh shit. Wait a minute. What? Pilot, I know your account is like the new account, right? Because of, I mean, actually, I think you now recovered it because it showed as well the day that you created your account. But it's funny that the day that it says you followed me now, with like after the situation you had, is the day of my birthday. Did you do that on purpose, or it was a coincidence? Like, you follow me since February 2nd. February 2nd is my birthday. Oh, Piero, I'm checking the profiles, right? Because we don't have the follow age bot in here. Piero follow me since uh, May 9th of 2026, but this is also the second account, like it's the alt account. Yeah, yeah, it's not going to be accurate. But I think it's funny that when Pilot refollowed me because of the situation he went through, it's in my birthday. What? I don't know. I probably won't. Yeah, I wasn't streaming on my birthday, was I? I think not. I'm not sure. Because it was of this year. I don't know what I was doing on my birthday this year. Wait, I think I know actually. I was. Oh yes, I went to the museum. I went to see an art exposition. Yeah, I went there to see something in there. Not even nearly over 10 years by a few months according to my profile. Wait, how is my... Wait, I started streaming in 2017, right? It was in March, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think I started streaming at middle of March 2017. It's even in the clips collection. All right, going through the clips made me realize what game we need to revisit. Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII was so fun. I forgot to play the PC version without the music fix. The music fix. I think I had the Rose something? Red Roses mod or something? Is that right? Need to replay it with the proper music, so much better. Alright, Nubble, I'll talk to you soon. Although I may leave soon as well, but that's alright. Go take care of Lila, right? It should say 9 years plus a few months, but yeah, that particular account is gone. But it's funny that this one is also from like super, old, like it's from 2012. So maybe you were able to get access to it again. Yeah, this account is actually older, right? I just realized that too. But maybe for this matter, I should have had a follow age or something. Although the bot would also take the time from your new accounts, I think, not really from when you started following. But still, like the clips collection kind of shows it, right? Like you all are very OG already from this channel, so maybe it's not that important for us to like know exactly when people followed because it changes all the time too. Let me finally take a look on the park before leaving and see if we can build at least one coaster for today. You lost? Oh yeah, right. The 10k beat bet. That's okay though. Yeah. I also never updated that in forever. By the way, I remember Twitch gave me some more slots of things to update. It's been a while since I last messed with that. I have to update so many things, by the way. I need to update the redeems for the points because I got new things. I'm actually okay. I will review this now, but when Yoda is around, I will show this to Yoda too, right? I actually got a freaking. And Pilot knows that I'm not a Star Wars fan, but Burger King was giving this Yoda crown. I was like, okay, I can get one. Oh wait, Yoda is here! Okay, now I know how to summon Yoda, right? There we go. I was like, Yoda, hey! I got this for you, man. How's it going? Perfect timing. Wait, Yoda just got here? Jesus! This is just like me summoning bookmarks so many times in the freaking Clips collection. Every time I was playing Final Fantasy and then there was something Kate Sith, Bookmark showed up on the chat, like, because Bookmark is the biggest Kate Sith fan I know. But yeah, Yoda, how's it going, man? I got this for you, right? Because I don't like Star Wars so far, even though they will make me do it, right? They will make me play Knights of the... Wait. Now I can't say it anymore because of freaking theater rhythm. Knights of the Old Republic. That's not the Knights of the Round. There we go, yeah. KOTOR, not really the Final Fantasy one. One day I hope it will happen, even though I have no hype to play that game. But yeah, welcome back, Nubble. I think Nubble likes that game too a lot. The Knights of the Old Republic. I always need to think about it now before saying it. Yeah, right? So I will do some sort of redeem with the points for this too. We got the... it's too short, by the way. I need to kind of change the size of this. But I'll mess with this later. Today is super experimental comeback. But I also have this one. I remember you remember it. Oh wait, I believe you remember it. The Emmy Rose one as well. That I got the other day from Burger King too. I need to update a lot of things. Maybe I even have more things. Have I ever showed you the Pokemon Go cap that I got? Oh, you know, two things that I got. One of them I even... Welcome to the Velvet Room. Oh my god, I don't even remember how are the... Wait, the Velvet Room is the tarot reading? It is the tarot reading, isn't it, Pilot? Oh my god, it's the first time somebody redeemed that. I need to remember everything I have as a redeem. It is the tarot reading. Oh, the save reminder is a fantastic redeem. I did not save anything today, right? Terror Town, let's go. Thank you, Nubble. Saved. Let me also show you the other two things. Man, I need a duster to my shelf. Everything is so dusty there. So, if you have been watching my YouTube videos now with Pushmo, and today I started the Tokyo Crash Mobs playthrough in there, two crazy 3DS puzzle games that I love, and then I hope I can beat especially Pushmo that I have never beaten it. But if you have been watching those videos already, you probably have seen this. That's something that I got in the last community day of Pokemon Go here in the park, because I was picked in the raffle and it's one of my new decorations for my shelf. Let me go to the overlay again. There we go. I think Emily would love this a lot if she's still around. It was the community day of Nicket, and then I was selected in the freaking raffle. Maybe it's better without the lights, right? And look at that, it's so beautiful. It is a 3D printed model that was painted by somebody, right? By the artist. And it is big. It's not too tiny, right? It's kind of big. It's so good. And I was saying the YouTube videos because I spoiled that in one of the videos because the videos are kind of, or they were kind of telling my life updates. And then I showed him a little bit in there. Yeah, I was like super happy that I got this out of nowhere and it made my day. It was a very beautiful 3D printed and well done uh, naked miniature. But the other thing that I got in this meantime is that I finally got my second amiibo. Because my only amiibo until now used to be the Mr. Game and Watch, that it's 4 for 1, right? So it's worth. Like there are 4 Mr. Games and Watches around my shelf because they all came into one single amiibo. But I got another one because I found this one crazy price for it from China. Any guesses? By the way, the I forgot that the lights they are look crazy. Any guesses? Let's see if you guys can pick which amiibo I got. I mean, I will say this: the yes, no, not Joker. I wish, I wish it were Joker though. Yeah. Did you see the Nicket, Emily? Did you like it? I kind of thought that you would like this one. At first, I was not sure if it were something like ceramic, but it was actually 3D printed. And then they painted him. Look at that. So cute, right? A Yoshi, I would like a Yoshi too, but it's not a Yoshi, not Bowser either. My hint is that it is a character that was already in my shelf. You can see that character, I mean, maybe with more lights. Yeah, you can see that character somewhere in here. But then I got an amiibo, right? Oh, you saw this on Pushmo? Yes, Bookmark. Now I could at least show the naked better, right? With like a better camera. Thank you so much for watching the Pushmo VODs though. Not Bowser, not Link or Pikachu. No, no, no. I will say that it is a very underrated character because not many people played this game for a specific reason. That's a very good hint, I think. No, it's not Xenoblade 2. Also because I don't have Xenoblade 2 yet, right? But no, it's not Xenoblade. Yes! Yes! Yeah, book almost. It's the other one. It's Lucas. He was for such a good price on China, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" He was almost the same price as. Oh my god, he looks great with this background. PK Starstorm, and then the freaking lights from behind, right? Yeah, I got this Lucas amiibo for like a very good deal. I was following this group of deals, and then they post their amiibo of Lucas. It was like, let me see if I can make the math $2. It was like $10, I think. It was super cheap, and it was already counting the taxes from China, the freight and everything. It was very worth. It was almost the same price of the Mr. Game and Watch amiibo that I got. The only problem, quotation mark, is that he came without any boxes. I received him like this. It was just the amiibo. So I was like, is this fake? But then I tested on my Switch and it works. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if they got rid of the boxes because of like making the packaging cheaper. I don't know if it is unused, Lucas. Not sure, but I can't complain. It is working on my Switch. It is perfect. I could not see any problem with it, and it was super cheap. But just for you to know, if I could get an amiibo myself, I think my favorite pick would have been Toon Link. Yeah, I would love to have a Toon Link amiibo. I think it is my favorite amiibo out of the options. Although Banjo Kazooie, Ness, Yoshi was a good one as well. Then Joker, Nubble said Joker. I would love to have a Persona Joker amiibo. Although I have the action figures that I got from China too, from like the three protagonists of the three Persona games, right? 3, 4, and 5. Let's see if we are getting some news on Persona 6 with its protagonist too. And then maybe I can get a figure of that character as well. But yeah, I would I would pick myself like Toon Link. I think the Toon Link amiibo looks great. I heard that, but today I'm like a new person. I'm not in panic, Nubble, because I don't have a coast. I have no coasters in my park, right? Although great timing. Just like one of the RCT clips that I remembered, right, by doing the freaking video, that a coaster crashed in my park when I was not looking at it. I have the go karts, but the carts cannot crash. Don't create new rules to Roller Coaster Tycoon, right? Now, before I forget, let me do Pilot's tarot reading because he claimed the Velvet Room thing. Let me shuffle the cards. Let me also see if I can remember the meanings of the cards, at least a little bit. For instance, I'm not a professional tarot reader of any sorts. I love Persona and I do follow some tarot readings myself to my sign, to my horoscope, that somewhat are very accurate to the things that I go on or like things that I'm thinking about my life. As some people say, it's like loose advice, right? Tarot readings like loose advice, and it's good to not take it seriously, but sometimes it's also good to like reflect on it. Okay, should I just pick a card and then see if it connects to you, Pilot, or do you want an answer to something? I don't know. I'm not sure how to do this. Wait, have you been learning tarot reading bookmark? That's amazing. From just checking my I mean not necessarily my readings, but like my horoscope readings, I learn a little bit about the meanings. Whatever card comes up, okay, I'll pick the first one in the pile. Oh, congrats! Do you know what this means? That's yeah, Yoda is agreeing right there. This is a fantastic card for you, man. It's the sun. The sun is the happiest card of the tarot, or at least the arcanas, right? Yeah, it's the sun. The sun is happiness. The sun is also clarity. Like you will start seeing things with more. I don't know. You start seeing things for what they are. You know, with more purity as well. You get to clear answers, or like you find your path of happiness. You know, it's a moment of happiness. It's like a moment of feeling good, or like it's something with good vibes or good energies of like the sun. It's a very happy card, which is rare because many cards in tarot are very dark actually. But congrats, man, you got the sun card. I mean, I don't have the whole deck in here, by the way. I only have a couple major arcana cards, but that was a very good. Oh, on the other side is the moon, by the way. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck is moon. The moon is like doubts. It's like uncertainty. It's also a card of illusions. maybe what's going on is not necessarily what you think of it or what they make it sound to you. It's a card of doubts and problems. But at the end of the moon, there are two towers that are like, I think, right? I can be wrong on this bookmark, correct me if I'm wrong. But if I'm not mistaken, the two towers on the like behind the moon are the same towers that you find in the priestess card, right? The high priestess card. So it's also a path of self development. It's like something that, even though it's tricky for you to get through the path of the moon, or like if it is something that you are struggling to understand with like precision, once you are over with it, like once this phase ends, because of those two towers that you reach, and they are the high priestess towers, you will understand a lot about yourself, because that's what the high priestess does, right? She's the card that it's about self knowledge. It's like the card of the inside of your soul, like it's the card of knowing about your deepest yourself, pretty much. So even the moon has a good side of like, you get through this illusion path, but then you become a better person afterward, because after the moon you get to the sun, which is like full happiness, and then everything is now clear, and you see things, with more reasoning, and then it's a very good card. Like it's pretty much a happy card. You were really lucky on that. Yeah, those are the Persona games, Emily. The Persona games tarot cards. They have the Persona mask on the behind of them. I don't have all of them here though. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 cards in here only. And they start with strength, I think. Yeah, they start with strength, which is 11. The 11th arcana, right? They start with strength right here. I love those arts, by the way. The arts of the Persona deck, or the Persona games deck. They keep on changing them, especially they changed it from 4 to 5. But I love their art. Just briefly, those are the cards, right, that I have. The moon. Is it better without the light? I think it is. The moon. Then this is the devil, a card about addiction and like, I don't know, some toxicity, right? Maybe some external toxicity from like something that's draining your energy. It's a card about having your energy drained. It can be drained by your own addictions or drained by external things, right? So it is a card of like high energy, but normally it's taken from you. There are situations though in some tarot readings that when combined with some other cards, the devil card can become good, because as it is a card of high energy levels, it just depends on where your energy is going to, right? So if it goes to something good, depending on the reading that you get, then it's actually something good. You are trying to get your energy levels into something that makes you better. But normally it is a bad card, right? Normally it's about losing your energy. You have the strength. The strength is a complicated one to explain, but it is a little bit about self control, I would say. It's like, um, it is a card where you are. Oh my god, it is really hard to explain, but it is a card about not losing yourself too easily to everything. It's a card about control. Yeah, pretty much. It's a card that you will be rational, like with your instincts. You won't like, you see that there is a lion in here, right? It's a woman kind of taming a lion. It means that you won't let your inner lion to take control over everything, and then you won't like explode into super crazy emotions. You'll be self-controlled. Basically, it's a card about discipline, pretty much. But it depends on the context, right? You have death. Death is about new beginnings. It's not necessarily a bad card. It's like the end of something to something else to start. Um, it is also normally said that the death card is about a cut, Like something will be cut off your life so something else can start happening. This is the temperance. The temperance is another trick you want to talk about, but it's harmony pretty much. It's about balance. You gotta have balance between your activities or like your energies as well. It is a tranquil card of like you should take things at easy. You gotta be patient. You know, you should not rush with things. Everything is in its flow. It's a card about harmony. You have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a card about paralyzation, like you are something is stopped in your life so you can reflect over it before you take the next step. It's pretty much around those lines. It's also about seeing things differently. You kind of stopped uh, doing something in your life so you could start looking at things in a different angle or in a different way. So it can kind of be good or bad because you should not be stopped for too long, but it's good for you to reflect on things differently too. Actually, they say that every card in tarot have the good part of it and the bad part of it. Even the sun, by the way, there was something about the sun that could be bad, but I forgot what was it. Maybe like being lost into your own responsibilities because you are only fulfilling your own happiness, you know. There is something bad about the sun as well because you're like only fulfilling your own, let's say, self desires that make you happy, but you are not necessarily going after your own responsibilities too. Everything can be good or bad. You have my card, the star. I say my card because it is not only my favorite, but it's the card of the sign of Aquarius. The star is about hope. It's about seeing the light when you think that, I don't know, things are too bad, or like it's the start of a new beginning. It's just like the first star in the night sky, you know. It's like, oh, everything is lost, and then what am I doing? And then the star is that flash of hope, inspiration, creativity, new ideas, a new movement. It is that moment that you kind of take the next step into the direction you think will be the best one for you after something happened to you. This is the world. It is the last card of the major arcanas, right? The world is the end of a cycle. It's pretty much that. Like it's the end of the cycle. That it's the end of a journey as well. It's like all of your work could be now taken. I'm not sure. Took to you. I'm not sure. Like everything you worked for is now yours. It's something like that, you know, because the cycle is over. The journey of the fool, which is the first arcana, is completed. It is a finalization. It's like a completion card, but it's also kind of hard to really explain. I'm not sure how to bring more meanings to it. Oh no, you have the tower. That for many is the worst card in tarot. The tower is sudden change, as you can see. Like it's a very sad card because it's like the tower has like a solid structure, but it's hit by external things like a lightning that make it to collapse. Yeah, the lightning made it to collapse, and it's like a sudden change in your life. It's like surprises, but normally bad surprises. It's like something that you thought that was real or like that was strong in your life doesn't mean that will be strong anymore because it is collapsing. So basically it's a, you know, it's like your life upside down. It's what you thought that would stay with you forever won't. It's normally a very tragic card, hence why the star is the next one, because after you go through a tower you gotta have hope to continue. So you know, it's the story of the fool. And then when you continue are uncertain about things, that's when it's the moon. It's like the illusion. And then finally, once you have your answers after crossing the path of the illusion of the moon, you have the sun, that's happiness. The next one is judgment. Judgment is another one that's hard to say what it means. It is the wake up call. Like it's when you are very certain about your own ideas, or like it's when things make sense to you. and then you hear that from inside of you too. Like it's when you know what's right, you know what you want. It's when you realize things up, and then you wanna work on that because you have that certainty inside of you. It's something around those lines. That's why it's the wake up call. It's like, hey, aren't that what you want, or like, isn't that what you believe in? It's when you get those answers, those flashes, and then you conquer the world, which is like the end of the cycle, the end of the things you learned, the things you were after, the objectives you had, until you start a new journey after new paths, new objectives with the full card again. I'm kind of surprised that I'm actually getting the answers that I didn't know I knew about those cards. I'm kind of doing a good job, and then I'm back to the sun, the last one. Yeah, the one that Pilot picked. There are way more Persona cards or Tarot cards, but those are the ones that I have from the Persona games. And the Tarot is very nice. Like I said, it's like you don't need to believe in it, but I like what the tarot readers, at least the ones I follow, the messages they communicate, like the things they say really kind of make me think about things, or like they resonate to me somehow, even if not necessarily I'm under the story they are talking about. Like I'm not the person that is through those troubles or something, but it's good to think. Like it's good to, I don't know, get good ideas of where to drive your life to or something. It's very interesting. All right, I gotta bring those things back to my shelf, but I think I'll need to also finish the stream soon. But give me a second. Demon Thing! Man, Nubble, did you know that freaking Tales of Symphonia was. I'm pretty sure of that. It was the freaking game that had the most clips on the video. The freaking part of Tales of Symphonia is like. It's 3 hours long or something. It's so many clips. Which is surprising to me because I did not enjoy Tales of Symphonia that much, I had much more fun with so many other games. Tales of Symphonia was like a love and hate relationship, but it's crazy that it has so damn many clips on that collection. It was a whole video pretty much. That and Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX also had a lot of clips. Yeah, no problem. But thank you for redeeming that. It was, I think, the first time we had to read it. Already done the death card part then? Yeah, sudden change. I mean, not necessarily a sudden change, but it is the end of something. Yeah, and then a new beginning, right? Back to sunshine now, yes. Can you pull one for me? I can, Emily. My friend sometimes does a daily reading for me. All right, let me see what I can get. I'll need to get to the chat too, right? Give me a second. I kind of wished I had the complete deck. Maybe one day I can work on buying it. Actually, they sell the Persona decks even on an app here in Brazil, right? I have that on my wish list, but I never bought it still. There are even the cards from Persona 5 that the designs are different. So sun first then, moon is like maybe you are in the sun now, but the moon is coming. Embrace the confusion of the future because we'll get through it even better. It is kind of like that, Piero, yeah. Those are gorgeous, I agree, Bookmark, yeah. The Persona cards are beautiful. I went to a museum to see a tarot card exhibit. I wish I could go there too. That sounds awesome. I kind of got that right. Bookmark, I'm very proud of myself. Even the cards that I struggle to kind of get their meanings, like the judgment or something, the strength is hard too. The strength is hard to explain because I never studied those cards, but they have a very specific meaning to them. Which Persona games are these cards based on? 3 and 4. Yeah, 3 and 4 got those designs, while 5 gave them a more French looking. They are even with French names. Like it's not the fou, it's le faux or something. It's in French for some reason, for style, I guess. And then this one app that I have here in Brazil, they sell both decks. They also sell the Persona 5 ones. I also think, but I'm not sure, that in Persona 5 Tactica, which is the spin-off, I think they also have a different set of cards. Not sure. Most likely they will also change the ones in Persona 6 because yeah, Persona 6 will probably be completely different than 5, so there is no meaning or reason for them to like keep the same designs for Persona 6. Let me see what I can get for Emily. But then I'm not sure if I will be lucky enough to get the good card, right? Let's see. The card I'm getting is this one. Oh no, Emily! No, Emily, I got the tower. No, let's forget about this, right? No, not the tower. Man, I hope everything's okay and this is a wrong reading because I don't read the tower, right, Emily? Come on. But yeah, what does the tower mean? No! She pulled the tower twice, actually. Wait, she pulled the tower twice? What do you mean, Yoda? Wait, I lost that. But the tower, Emily, is like a shock of events, pretty much. It's like a sudden change, unexpected situation. It's like it's not really something bad. That's the thing. To some people, it is the most scary card in tarot or in the tarot because it's something that's out of our control as well. Um, maybe the best way to take it is like if something is going on, I don't know, right? I don't know if even this will make any sense because it's just like random, like uh, readings that I'm giving here, right? But it's like if something is out of your control or like something is changing out of nowhere in your life, whatever it is, then maybe the best advice I could give you is like to try to accept that change, like in the way you can, or try to like not mind it too much while being strong because definitely this card sometimes it comes with like something powerful right at you out of nowhere, and it's kind of crazy because as the tower symbolizes, it used to be like something that's with a structure, something that you could think that's like a solid thing with like that will be permanent or like that will be strong, but then suddenly you see or realize or you learn that it's not as strong as you thought. That's why it collapses, and it collapses normally for the better as well, like for you to either go through a phase or for you to learn something from that. This card is kind of traumatic to me because it kind of makes me think of some lost friendships I had in my life, which is always impactful and sad or something like that. But at the same time, I think they were necessary for me to also learn, for me to like maybe make new friends or like meet new people or like make better friends or something. Yeah, but when I think about this card, I kind of think of the fights I have had in my life with some friends I had that ended up being kind of like as well disappointments in a way. But of course, when there is a fight, maybe both sides have their problems, right? I'm not just saying that my friends were guilty or something, but it's one of those cards that things change, and normally things that you wouldn't think that they would change, and then yeah, sometimes it's like a very hard card, but then again normally you can kind of take some lessons from it for you to kind of build better towers that won't be struck by lightning like this one, and will like be more resistant to your future, or like they will stick to you for longer, right? But normally this means as well that something external is getting to you, like it's not something that you can take control over, like it's that's why I'm saying that's better to try to accept it, right? Because normally it's something that you don't have control over it. But I can't believe I got the tower, Emily. Damn, the tower normally is a very hard card to like uh, deal with. But then again, I also remember the tarot reader that I follow. He also got sometimes to some good interpretation of the tower. Yeah, but then I won't think of an example right now, but even the tower can get some good interpretations. And according to him, by the way, the tower is not the worst card in tarot. It is the five of pentacles, if I'm not mistaken, or like the five of, is there another word for the suit, I think? It is the five of the diamonds, I think. Yeah, because clubs is ones, right? Hearts is cups. Then spades is what again? I think it is the diamonds, isn't it? Yeah, the pentacles in tarot is also the diamonds. But yeah, the five of diamonds is like a bad card to him. I don't remember exactly why, but I think it is a card about um, poorness. You know, it's a card about poorness. It's like you're feeling poor in general. Like your life is kind of feeling poor. I don't know exactly what necessarily. Like if it is financially, but it can also be health wise. It can be yeah, right. The five of diamonds bookmark. What was the the spades as well, like the other name for the spades one? It is wands, cups, um pentacles for diamonds. It's also left out in code. Yeah, it is a card of like I don't know, abandoning or something. It's a card of uh poorness pretty much. Oh, spades are wands. Wait, no, wands are clubs, right? Air, it's just air. Yeah, spades are air. Yes, spades are air. Yes. So it's just air. Okay. Because I was also trying to translate because they have the power to cut. Yeah, many spades cards are actually negative, you know, in a way, which is kind of crazy. Let me see the chat then. Wait, Emily have had some sudden changes. Oh no, so the tower meant something? Recently, someone at my job is out to get me. They don't want to hire me for full time and wanted to fire me all of a sudden. Oh no. You have accepted that I will be moving from that job as soon as possible. Okay, so maybe it could be that, Emily, the tower card. I'm sorry to hear those news. You see, it's kind of like, even from what I'm getting in here, even if you talk to that person to understand their reasoning, it sounds like it wouldn't get to anywhere, you know, like the person suddenly, I don't know, targeted you for some reason. It is one of those things. It's like a sudden change, a sudden outside external force, you know, that's kind of trying to impact you somehow. And sometimes it's better to not spend more energy into that. It's better for you to find a better answer. And that's what I was also saying before, that the card that comes after the tower is the star, which is my favorite card, because it is like the spark of hope. It's like, okay, this is not for me, this happened to me, it's not good for me to stay under this situation anymore, I need to get somewhere else. And then you start finding, you know, another direction with your creativity, with your inspiration. And after crossing the moon, which is the next card, like the path of illusion, the path of uncertainty, the path of like, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what's real, what's true, you get to the sun, which is like full realization, full happiness. It's like I got to where I want, I got to a place where I feel wait, where I feel good, right? Where I feel comfortable. And then the story keeps on going from there. But yes, I mean, I hope you have been already after like another job opportunity, maybe like another direction to go after. That happens to a friend of mine too recently. What's going on? Does it have anything to do about competition on like on your work or something? Like people are scared to lose their job, so they kind of start targeting others. Yeah, right. There is no reason why it's his own agenda, because you're really good at your job. So I know what that is. It is freaking jealously. or jealousy, right? How do you say that? Jealousy? I'm not sure. It is envy. There we go. That's freaking envy. Everyone is pushing back because he's the VP of my debt. My debt. He's like envious because you do your job better than him, and he has a status in your place. So he wants to keep that status. He wants the attention of everyone. Oh, you did get a second job. Let's go. Oh, wait. VP is vice president of your department. Okay. Yeah, like Emily, you got to the star already, so just go and then you get to the sun, right? Let's go. Yeah. But it's pretty much that guy wants attention and then he wants his status, I think. But it's so like it is such a what is the word? It's the lack of self-confidence. It's like that person has no self-esteem. There you go. And then he depends on seeing other people being worse than him so he can feel good. It's not about him feeling good about his own work or like his own success, quotation marks, or his own abilities. It's like since my life is kind of awful, I need to make other people's lives worse than mine instead of making my life better. It's kind of like that, the idea. So he's envious. I barely even work with him. You see, that's so ridiculous. I wonder as well if there is like another reason for that to happen. For example, maybe that person has another I don't know, another person in mind to replace you for, like, oh yes, there is this friend of mine, there is this family member of mine that I want to get this job that Emily used to have. Maybe they are shady like that. Maybe they have other intentions too of like switching you with somebody else. That's insane. He just wants everyone to do what he wants. He's bossy too. Jesus. He also just wants to. How did he get to the vice president position then? Who promoted that guy? Yes, Emily. I think it's better for you to actually go for your new job and be more free in there. But okay, we did the tarot readings. That was very fun, by the way. It's the similar reason you of your friend. I hope did your friend already get a new job too? I hope they can because he's besties with the president of your college. Ah. Are people there doing what? Are they there to work or are they there to like I don't know, have a party night with friends and then play some video games or something? If they are there to work, they should focus on business, not necessarily, oh yeah, because this guy is my friend and then my friend is my friend and I love my friend. That's not how work should work. His best is with the president of our college. The freaking guy is elite. Yeah, you work for a college. Weren't you doing the? Weren't you teaching art? If I remember this right, Emily. Weren't you the like an art teacher? Okay, let me go back to the game. Although I will need to finish the stream soon because it's my time that's coming up. Not all sudden or unexpected changes are bad, true. But normally they get us like by surprise, and then it depends on how we react to them. There are many times where it's a good thing, especially when you are in a toxic situation like that. Indeed, it just takes a while for hindsight to figure that out. True, that's why there is the start to the sun path. Just takes a while for you to hindsight to figure that out, but in the moment it feels bad. Indeed, it's because unfortunately humans are also used to like feel comfortable under a comfort zone. We are our brain doesn't like to work. So once we settle it into a comfort zone, we don't want to leave the comfort zone. And then crazy changes like that mess with our brain reaction too, because of like, wait, if I'm fired, what am I going to do? How am I going to get money? how am I going to pay the bills? It starts that stress or like anxious in our minds. But definitely, once we are in a toxic place or like under a toxic situation in our lives, we need to get out of that. And then sometimes it's actually necessary for unexpected change to happen, because some people, they can also be fooling themselves to stay under the toxic situation because of that reaction of your brain, like of not wanting to leave the comfort zone. So I agree, Noble. Unexpected and sudden changes can be very good to move you forward, right? Like, if you're not going to do that yourself, here's like a tower card for you to like move your ass, like go to something else. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Riot has this still look at him, go readers. Next thing we know, he will read for a Kafka. Am I going to read for what? A Kafka tower? Wait, I'll work as a study abroad advisor? Oh, you did get your degree in art history. Yeah, I remember the art studies you were taking, right? And then you were doing the ceramics, right? The ceramics work. Have you done more pieces? People suck. They do, especially people with power, right? Because once they have power, they think they can do anything. Thank you for the reading. I appreciate that. I'm happy that I could help somehow, even though I'm not like a reader myself. But yes, Yoda, I hope your friend can also get a better situation after this. Having a circadian rhythm is super important for us as a species, and breaking that is a system shock like jumping into cold water is to our physical body. Yes, that's the resistance, right? For us to go after something that's different than what we are used to. Yeah, I hope so. Me too. Okay, so I gotta go because I need to do my Pokemon Go trades. So I will check the messages I missed. RollerCoaster Tycoon, as I expected, I couldn't do much, even though I had some fails, right? I got some hits in here. That was funny though. But we will play more of this level with more streams for sure. I honestly just don't have no idea when, but I will see. I will see when I can come back to this. I will even try maybe playing this more on the weekend, even though it's going to be a busy weekend. But yeah, I need to clean my house as well because of my parents coming here, and then I need to finish adding the cards on my store, the Pokemon cards. But I will try. I will try. In case I get some free time, I will be here again in the week, even if it is for like a short time, for us to progress more on this game and to chat more as well. But in case, by the way, I'm not around to stream in the following days because I was busy or something, I will at least try to upload a new YouTube video, because then you can get some updates on everything from me at least, or maybe say something in there on the comments for me to talk to you as well, or on Discord. Yeah, but at least I will try to keep this uh kind of pattern of like at least having one YouTube video for you to stay updated with things, right? But I will see when I come back because it was very good, even though I'm still kind of getting used to this again. At least things worked, and I'm happy about that. Honestly, I'm not finding. Oh wait, I did find now. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Nubble's message that I lost, right? There we go. I have had some sudden changes, but in the moment, sudden changes often feel bad indeed. Recently, someone at my job is out to get me. And then Bookmark said, yeah, a lot of times the tower is a result of like a spiritual intervention as well. Yeah, it's something that we cannot really control, hence why you're not expecting it to happen. Say, like, you were given signs to let go of something, but you kept it. That is true as well. It's something that you probably could have been aware of, but you were still not making the changes that the universe were telling you, right? Or the universe was telling you. This usually is like, okay, something is making you change now. Yeah. It is delaying things as well. That's why some people don't like that card, because people don't want to like go through some changes. Okay, I think I actually only missed those messages. That's kind of surprising to me. Thank you so much, everybody. Pilot, was great to see you too after so long. Have a good night, Emily. Good night, Nubble, Yoda, Bookmark. Very glad to have you back to stream, my friend. I will try. Like I said, I'm still very lost with everything and the schedule, but we have more games to play. And let's discuss the ideas, right? I have some other things to say too. I want to make a decision about that idea of bringing back some older games into the channel again, but maybe in a different way or in a close way to how they were, what they were. I'll give you another example since we talked about it, Pilot. Oh, yeah. Never mind, it was from a different game. Like, there is the Lost Vikings, which was that platformer and puzzle game for the NES, I think? Yeah, it was for the NES by Blizzard, that you have to solve puzzles with three characters and each one has a different ability. I remember when I was playing that game, Geo told me to play Ed, and Eddie game. That was the same idea. Each one of those cartoon characters have a different ability for you to solve the puzzles. So since then, I was like, I should play this at some point. To know, I want to check this game out. I want to see how is it like the Lost Vikings. So there are many games that I can somewhat connect to what I have done already, and even games that I can go back to them to try them again in a way, or to try doing more than what I did. But then I need to organize myself if I'm doing that online or offline. So we will talk about that with more time, right? But thank you so much, everyone. Piero is back too. Piero, thank you for coming. We will all talk more next time. I will let you know when I'm back on Discord, but I will see if I can come back maybe soon, if not in the on the weekend, right? Thank you for coming back. This was refreshing. Yes, it was very great. As always, these comeback streams are full of chatting and I don't play anything, but we'll get there for sure. If you happen to be doing raids, my buddy is on doing Earthbound right now. I think you and the chat would enjoy his stream. So I will raid that person, sure. But honestly, Pilot, I kind of don't do much raids or many raids. I'm not sure about that because, for example, when I get raided, normally the people that come from the raid, they kind of, I don't know, they don't stay, we don't connect that much. It is more of like, let me support you today, but then I will never come back again. That happened a lot in here. So normally I also don't do many raids, but I can totally do it today. But I will, what I'm not, what I'm trying to say is that I probably won't try to really connect, but I will totally support your friend today for sure. Yeah, I don't do them many times because of that. Normally, I prefer when people get to my channel by themselves because then they connected to something in here or they liked something in here. Because I do think that many raids end up like being kind of like a formal thing, but that doesn't last. It's kind of strange. It's always kind of good to get more views, of course. If I think about the channel's stats, it's always great, but then I would rather have people that want to stay because they found me or like they related to something here. But I'm just going meta over this. I can totally raid our friend, but maybe I won't really connect that much. I will just stop by and then we all can support Pilot's friend a little bit, and that's it, right? One thing that I have been doing though is that I have been leaving my my channel to like start playing our friends here streams when you all go online, right? For example, the other day, Bookmark was online. A friend of mine saw Bookmark online on my channel, and then the other day I was talking to him about, oh yeah, my friend is doing a special stream and everything. And then my friend said, oh yeah, the other day I kind of saw that person you are saying online because I stopped by your channel to see something, and then I was like, oh really, you could tell me, because then I would go there to watch Bookmark too. So I leave an auto player of like, it's like an auto host, but not really, there is a specific word for that. So I have our community there, but yeah, the raid thing is kind of strange to me after all of these years, because normally the new people that come, they normally don't stay, they just do it like as a formality or something. but it's kind of like that. I feel like raids work better if you have a small list of regulars, you raid two, and oh yes, I see that. And from that way, the communities are constantly mingling with each other. I agree. Yes, I agree with you on that, Noble. That's true. For example, X5 likes to raid me a lot, or at least he used it too. But the thing is that I struggle a little at X5's streams because in there everything is in Spanish. I mean, I can talk in English in there, but the focus there is in Spanish. So sometimes I don't fully connect to like X5's viewers, and then maybe it would be a little bit strange, to have this contrast of like English and Spanish. But I understand what Noble is saying, yeah. It gets neat when communities raid each other consistently, brings the communities together. Well, when they have things in common, I agree. But normally, I think, I don't know, I struggle a little in here because normally people that try to raid us in here, they either leave soon, or like they don't fully stay, or it's kind of crazy. Also because, in my opinion, our channel in here is very crazy. Like we spent the whole it's been 3 hours, it's been almost 4 hours now. We have been spending the whole time just chatting. Maybe that's not what people want to do for the whole night, I'm not sure. But anyway, who's your friend, pilot? Let me rate them. Also, let me save the game. We got 6,000 money in there at least for the next stream. Even if a raid brings many and only a few stay, it's still a few more friends. I agree, but I'm telling you, people normally don't stay here after raids. I think it's because this channel is very odd. I'm being honest. Like, I think my channel is very odd. Like, people don't take this amount of time chatting. People don't take this amount of time, I don't know, in the same game. They beat games faster. It's KJ2294. Okay, let me see how can I do this. There is the isn't there like a timer for us to go and rate the person? I think if I oh, you know that person, Yoda? Damn. There we go. Is it a big channel? I'm kinda now intimidated. If it is a big channel, I don't know if I wanna rate. I'll be like, oh, hello, I'm a little channel from that corner, hi, hello. But sure, let me see what happens then. But isn't there like a timer? I don't know how to set the timer to the raid. Is it going to be instant raid? Holy shit, he's big. Man, they have like 30 to 40 views. I'm so embarrassed now. I know this is an odd channel, Nubble. One I don't normally click with, but somehow click to through. I appreciate that, man. I tend to prefer streamers that can talk while playing the game. I can do that too, but sometimes I go so deep into the conversation that I lose track of the game, right? It's because it's a little bit like what Piero was saying about trying to help people. I try to engage into the conversation and then I can't multitask. But it depends. It depends as well if I'm like up to date with things, if I'm used to be doing this. Now I'm not, right? I'm coming back, so I'm still lost with everything. But yeah, okay. I will throw the raid command. I know there was a way to like, yeah, it sends the spectators when my stream is over. But isn't there what is the command for that? I don't know. Let's just go for the raid. Oh yeah, wait, it is raid. Oh yeah, it's different than hosting, right? It is correct. It is raiding. Yeah, I was mistaken because I was remembering the other command for like hosting. So this is going to set a timer, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. You would like another person I follow, Lulu Hartley, named after a squall. Yeah, she famously talks more than games. I think all of the streamers you follow, Pirate, are like that, aren't they? Alright, guys, have a good night. Let's go to his channel.